Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to another Saturday afternoon maker hangout chat thingy that I do every week. We're live on YouTube and live on Twitch. We have makers from around the world that pop in each and every week. And for some reason, I'm not very lively. I don't know why. I guess I'm tired. I'm drinking decaf and a root beer, and I don't know. Anyway, I'll probably come around. But yeah, we do this each and every week, and we have makers from all over the world that pop in. We have one man in the room back now, in the back room right now. He lives here in Las Vegas. I met him around a week ago, and he's an awesome guy. And we'll bring him in. If you have any questions, please ask in chat. We will have a filament giveaway today from Ziltech. I'll throw it up on the screen here in a minute. It'll be a different word. And if you've won in the last few months, don't enter. We want new people to win. And Ziltech is kind of irritated that so many of the same people keep winning, every few weeks. So I'll throw it up on the screen a little bit. Anyway, without further ado, let me bring in Kenny Sims. Hey, Kenny, how you doing?
What up, man? And this time I'm from the shed, shall we say. So I got the maker's two of my toys.
Cool.
Yeah, two of them. And I got a rat rig over that way.
Oh, nice. What size rat rig?
500.
Wow. You can do some big stuff on that. Hello, everybody in chat. Let's see, just popping in. Hello, Vince. 3D Medic Vince. Old Curmudgeon. Non-fam. Oh, nice. That's very nice. That was a fun project putting that together.
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah. I've seen quite a few live streams, people building rat rigs and borons on stream. I have my Hypercube 400 by 400 by 500 that I built years ago. It's a Ziltech kit. Comes with no instructions. You got to kind of figure it out as you go. So you watch other people's videos and get ideas and opinions. But yeah, with a rat rig, you probably have detailed instructions, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Matt won't be here today. He has things he's doing, so he won't be here. Liam, I think, is on his way to Ireland, so he won't be here. But he hasn't been here in a little bit. He used to stream, as you know, every Tuesday night, and then he would come on every Saturday with me. And I guess his work just has him swamped. He works from home, and it just has him swamped. And I sold my K40 laser yesterday to a gentleman here in Vegas. So my K40 is gone. I can put that money towards bills. Anyway, I've been printing some really cool stuff all week, and I'm sure everybody out there by now has heard of what in the hell's the name of the program? I can't even think the name of the program. Oh my God.
You just told me.
I don't know what's with my brain. I'm going to minimize my screen real quick here and tell you the name of it. Oh, God. Yeah, let me pull my screen back up. I can't think of the name of the damn program. Anyway, they got all the files over in printables. I bought the program for $30, and then I got a credit from Polymaker. HughForge, thank you, guy. He knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just having a brain fart. Yeah, HughForge is an awesome program where you can take pictures you find on the net or use an AI-generated picture that you make yourself, and you do multicolored prints to say. It's like 3D filament painting. Now, I went over on printables. I downloaded 10 or 15 of them. Been printing them all week. I bought the program for $30. That way, for the next year, if I ever make anything I don't want to maybe sell in my Etsy store, I have the rights to do that. And then I got a $30 credit from Polymaker, which I ordered 2 rolls of filament. But I'd like to show you a bunch of stuff I did here. I'm working on a video for it. But here's a little Coke can dude, skeleton. Now, I don't remember all the names on who designed what. There's only one of them that comes to mind, but I'll show you that in a minute. But that is beautiful. And I use what colors I had. And now, of course, when people design these, they might list exact color or the code for it. And we got Vincent popping in. We pull Vincent in. This camera loads up there. But yeah, that skeleton just came out amazing. And then moving on from the skeleton, we got this little dude. This is so cool. And that's done, I don't remember, 3 or 4 colors. Hello, Vincent. How you doing today?
Hello, everybody.
And that came out really super cool. These will be perfect for fridge magnets or putting on the wall. And this one's by Zombie Hedgehog. It's a hummingbird. And I went with what colors that I had. Hello, Derek. And that came out amazing. And then we got a T-Rex. Now, like I say, I don't always have exact colors they're calling for. So I go through my colors that I have and I, comes out how it comes out. But that came out amazing. And these are all free to download. And it just does a layer shift at whatever layers, whether layer 6, layer 10. in Bamboo Studios. You slice the model when you dropped it in, then you go to the slider and you pull it down to whatever layer the PDF file tells you to change. You right click on that slider and then you change to the next color. And there's like an astronaut. And when I first downloaded the program, or actually when I first downloaded the files, I was on MakerDeck asking them how to do that because I didn't have any clue what to do. But then once somebody told me on chat, I forget who it was on MakerDeck, I went and loaded it up. And then once I realized it's very simple. And here's an owl.
So that's only like very few layers then, is what I'm understanding.
Yeah, it does a layer of black. And then I go up to, oh, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the one and only, the baby belt printer dude, Rob Mink. Hey, Rob.
Hey, guys. Hey. Good, thanks.
You go with a black layer. I'm going to guess and say like layer 5. And then you switch to a white layer and take that up to like white layer 11. And then you go to like a silver layer, whatever, and you slice it. And then when it prints with AMS, it just grabs each color. And if you only have a 4-color AMS, I guess you can add more colors. So if it goes through a couple colors, you could add a 5th color. So once it's done with spool 1, you would put the 5th color in 1. Then when it goes all the way through, it'll go back to 5, which is actually slot 1. So you can do more than 4 colors. And then this came out really cool. A lot of people have probably seen this sunflower. And that's a 3D print, just done in layers.
Yeah, ladies would like that one.
Very cool.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah. And depending on what colors you use or what you have, or, if you make the file yourself, you can use whatever color you want. If you download it, you just got to see what shades of what color you have and go from there. Then here's one of a wolf.
Sweet.
A lot of details.
Yeah. Came out great.
I would assume they have eagles.
I didn't see an eagle. You can do one yourself, but I didn't see one printables. And if you like puppies, this is cute. Very cute. And it takes like, 3 or 4 hours to do most of these. Not very long. Now, I did 2 mechs, and they didn't come out very good. I'm not happy with this at all. But that's just with 4 colors. That didn't come out very well. So I redid it last night in red, and it didn't come out very well either. So the mech didn't come out very good. And you could have done it in 6 or more colors, but I didn't go through the process of figuring out how to do it. But as far as the rest of them, I mean, even if you don't buy HueForge, you just go to printables and you got an AMS or doing layer changes on a regular printer. These are amazing. They're so cool. Anyway, love the hell out of them. So I'll be doing a video on it. And HueForge, I think when I first seen this, somebody at Murph was showing these on a table. And I'm like, what's that? And I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it. And then MakerDeck was interviewing the creator. I think his name is Steve. And Pez Liz and Zombie Hedgehog shared their live stream over on YouTube, and I was watching that, and then I learned more about it. It's like, wow, that's really cool, and that's what got me interested. And like I say, they're, you got a little bit of filament. It doesn't take much filament to make these, so if you got partial spools or something with almost no filament you would normally throw out, well, don't. I mean, you can make some really cool pictures. So anyway.
Let me guess, you got your sign on sound mode.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to light up. I made it on a laser. I took a mirror and I engraved my logo. I flipped it over and I done the back of it. So now when I talk, it changes colors. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
I was trying to change one solid color and I couldn't really find one I liked. So I'll put it on sound mode, then it changes. And before the stream, when I was sitting there playing music, it wasn't even lighting up. But I figured once we get talking, it'll just blink and people will, whoa, But anyway. Cool. What has everybody been up to? Rob, how have you been, man? Where you been? It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. I'm still getting my life back on track from being sick, but things are coming along. Things are going so much better. Yes, Bird. I just released version 11 of the Baby Belt.
Cool.
And it's, if I may say so myself, it is vastly improved from version 10. I don't have many prints out on it yet, but I threw it together, printed a calibration cube, made some adjustments to the firmware, and then hit print and it's printing, one of those Flexi Dragons. It's like this long.
Oh, cool.
And it's going to take about the same amount of time as an Ender 3 to print it. About a day, and it's told it to start last night, and it's happily printing along. It's gotten past the rear legs already.
Mm-hmm.
So it just needs to finish up the tail. I'd show it to you guys, but it's in the other room printing, so kind of makes it hard. And it's the only version 11 I've built so far.
Something you could do? Take your cell phone, take a picture, upload it to me real quick, and I'll show it on screen. You can share a picture, and I can show it a little bit.
I can do better than that. I've already taken one.
Okay.
But it was this morning. My wife was still asleep, and it's like in a room off the bedroom, so it's. I'll have to.
Or you can just show it on your phone. And I'll full screen you.
I'll have to let me see if the picture's any even decent worth sharing.
Oh, hey Kate. 3D Medic Events, non-fam, Creative Realm. Hello everyone. Yeah, I sold my K40 laser CO2 laser yesterday, so I can put that towards bills. Because a few days ago, I was adding up. This is nobody's problem but mine. But I was adding up all my bills, and I have more money going out every month than coming in. So I told my wife, if we don't eat or buy gas, I can break even. So I technically can't afford my hobby. So I'm trying to sell off everything I absolutely don't need, and try to put more stuff on my Etsy store to bring in more income to help, make up for it. But in 3 years, I get like $1,700 a month more from Social Security. I don't want to wish myself older, but I think in 3 years it'll fix itself. So anyway.
Hey, don't rush it, man. I'll be 68.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Somebody commented about the Eagle in chat. I can't respond in chat right now because I'm not logged in on this laptop yet to my YouTube account, and I don't know my password right now because I use Password Manager. So the one that said they can make the STL, thank you. But I can't respond in chat right now.
I think that was Sebastian that made that comment.
Yeah. And thanks, Creativity Realm.
Sebastian, are you the one I don't know your last name, but are you the one you got a friend's request to yesterday on a Creality site? Or is that a different Sebastian? Oh, anyway, Vincent, what's going on? How's it? You're all moved in? Are you happy? You settled in?
Yeah, I'm more happy. I'm not settled in completely yet because I had a lot of problems with moving. Because they completely destroyed my kitchen and my freezer and was thrown around with boxes. So there's a lot of hassle and problems with that. But I'm in the new place. Yeah. So, awesome. And I'm enjoying it. It's way more quiet at night. Everything is much more cleaner, and yeah, it's way better here. As you can see in the background, we're working on some stuff.
If anybody has a contact for Creality, I need an email to a rep with Creality I can contact regarding me reviewing the K1. I'd like to email the company. And I contacted a couple admins in the Creality group, or one person in particular, and I haven't got a response. So anyway, question for Rob, Creative Realm. Here we go, Rob's on screen.
What's the perks of an Arduino compared to a Raspberry Pi? They're kind of apples and oranges. An Arduino is more like a low-level embedded thing that, like 3D printer, like basic 3D printers that don't have like a web interface, stuff like that. I've put Arduinos in circuits I've put in my walls. I've run cars off of Arduinos, obviously 3D printers, the ramps board, stuff like that. A Raspberry Pi, I think more of a little bit of a higher performance thing that's less I/O based and more like tiny computer based.
And way more expensive.
Well, they're not supposed to be way more expensive, and they're getting cheaper.
They're coming back down.
Yeah, but I think Raspberry Pis are more like internet-based or more processing power-based, whereas Arduinos are more input-output based and more control and low-level electronics leveled stuff.
Well, I had three or four Pi 3Bs for sale for $100 a piece quite a while back, and then Lightspeed was on my channel, and he's like, well, I'll give you 80 a piece for them, and I didn't jump at it, and then a week later I changed my mind, but then he no longer wanted them. So I have some Pi 3Bs that I wanted to sell for like $80 a piece, but I hooked one up to every single printer. That way, my lazy self could sit right here with Octoprint, and I could monitor everything without getting up and transfer files, film it, whatever, without getting up, putting it on a micro SD card, and pop it in the printer. But
That's what I do, except I have a laptop controlling. There we go. All that behind me. Or there we go. All that behind me, except for the SLA printers on the end, and the one right there are all, and of course the Voron are all controlled by one laptop with the OSB hub, running Linux with multiple instances of Octoprint on it.
Creative Realm, would I ship internationally if I paid for it? It'd probably be way too much money on anything. I know a guy in the UK wanted to buy one of my helmets that he's seen in one of my YouTube videos, and it was like $300 in shipping costs. So there isn't anything that I could ship anywhere other than some stickers, which would be 1 second, Rob. If I ship stickers anywhere in the world, that's a simple stamp. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Rob showing a picture and the Creative Realm popping in. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hi, okay. How is everyone?
Good, thanks. This is a really bad photo. This is, again, I took this, it's a shelf off of our bedroom.
Okay.
My wife doesn't like me being in my office at night when she wants to hang out with me. So it was like trying to be sneaky and take a picture in the dark without waking her up, on a shelf in the back, off the bedroom. So it's not a great picture, but you can see we had serious stringing issues with the version 10. And the version 11, there's a little bit of wispiness, like right along here. You can't see my mouse, but a little bit of wispiness coming off but no retraction tuning. It's no retraction tuning, no filament tuning. It's made a profile that the printer would move with and print with, and took the very first firmware version. And that's the second thing that printer's printing.
Nice.
So I'm pretty happy with that. It's like I said, it's just starting to print the front legs here. It's already finished printing the back legs at this point.
Yeah. Thank you, Sebastian. It was somebody, their first name is Sebastian. Their last name, I don't remember what it was on Facebook, that I done a friend request to, was an admin of the Creality group. But yeah, any help I could get, I'd really appreciate it. I used to have a Creality rep I dealt with when I done a few reviews for them a few years ago. But people in China, they move from company to company constantly. Then somebody else might take over their name and account online. But I no longer have a contact with Creality. Creative Realm, what are you up to today? How's it going?
I'm good, thanks. How are you all?
What country are you in?
I'm in the UK. To be honest, I'm pretty close to Matt. I brought him. I'm the guy who brought Matt's folding.
That's right.
Odin.
Okay, I remember.
But
right.
I've currently got a couple of printers I'm building at the moment. That's why I'm trying to get my hands on some Raspberry Pis, but having no luck here in the UK. It's ridiculous.
Oh, Pi 3Bs or anything, right?
I'm trying to get forwards at the moment, to be honest, but getting my hands on any over here is ridiculous. I've been waiting about 3 months now on the wait list and still nothing. That's why I'm thinking about getting to Arduinos. I don't really know what other option I've got, to be honest.
There's a Creality version of the Raspberry Pi if you're going to use it for some stuff. It's not as powerful. There's the La Potato. There's all sorts of other alternatives than just Raspberry Pis.
I need about 4, actually. I need 2 for printers and then 2 for just other bits and bobs I'm currently working on, a bit like PCB placement robots and stuff like that. So
I ran 1 per printer, but a lot of people will run multiple instances on 1 Pi. I don't think you should do that in case something crashes, the power goes out or something, and then all your go down. But
that's why I run a laptop. All my printers off of a laptop with the USB hub.
Yeah, I run mine off a laptop, just constantly. That laptop's always on, though.
Yeah, well, it's cheaper.
Well, that's true. If your power goes down, it's on battery, so it's not going to shut off.
Yeah.
And you can turn off notifications or updates from Windows.
And I just use, like I said, I have multiple instances of Octoprint set up on it. It's running Linux, and I just use it like a Raspberry Pi. Just except instead of typing just the IP address, I type the IP address and then the port number for each printer.
Yeah, it's not much harder anyway, is it really? Yeah. What you coding on them ones on Creatality though? Because I only know Python mainly.
Replicator, I'm not sure what that is.
They have the CB1 or something like that, and then Linux Text Tips actually just did with it a couple months ago. a really good compare and contrast in all the single board computers like Raspberry Pis.
I have to have a look at that actually.
A big tree tech,
Definitely.
yes. Thank you, Sebastian. It was not
I got an
the,
arcade machine in the front room, which actually I can show you a picture of it if you guys haven't seen it. I'm sure most people have seen it. I built this off a Pi 3B right there. I got like 5,000 games on it.
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is.
MDF painted black. It's a TV screen in the front. I don't play with it much, but I always wanted to have another Asteroids machine or Space Invaders, so now I have it. So
I have one of those in the front of my office. My dad gave me an old arcade machine that had a burnt out CRT and a really crappy old game. And so I put basically the same thing, Jerry. I put a TV in it and a Raspberry Pi with a whole bunch of games on it. And
I have to figure out how to use QForge properly and put some pictures in it. But for printing these all week long, these are amazing. These are so cool. Just to put them on the wall as wall art, or you could frame them. Fridge magnets. There's like a million things you could use these things for, and they're so beautiful. It's unbelievable. So, yeah, very cool. Everybody that made these, including Zombie Hedgehog, thank you very much. Thank you for the creator, and yeah, very cool with a bamboo. So, or any printer if you're gonna do a layer change, it's very simple to do. Kate says, Gary, where's everybody today? Liam is on his way to Ireland, and he hasn't been here much. Matt's busy at the moment, and he won't be here today. And I don't know, people randomly come and go and stop in. But Kenny, you just got your laser here a few days ago, and you made something really cool with it. You want to show that?
Well, same thing you showed last week, but okay, here we go.
Eiffel Tower, awesome.
Wow.
Thanks for that, Rob. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Very
That's
fragile.
great.
If you have a cat, make sure you can't get to that and go whack because it break. But yeah, it's
I got 2 cats.
Oh, keep
That's
them
why
like
this is in the shed.
Yeah, excellent.
Yes,
I
it's fragile.
Let's see what we got. I got a note here in private chat.
That was me for Creatility Realm.
To be honest, I should know all this stuff. I've got a master's in engineering. It's bad, really, but
Hey, Krill, yeah, I'm seeing the raspberries on Amazon.
is it in the US though? Because I don't know if the problem is just UK based or not. To be honest, but I can't get my hands on any across here.
No, it's worldwide. It's worldwide.
It's such a problem at the moment.
I was working on a 8x server for the first time, and I couldn't get them.
Honestly, it's ridiculous now. I expected wait about a month for them to come back, but I'm coming on about 3 months now, and you've got to come to a point where you think, do you want to delay your projects anymore, or just adapt to the problem and find another way of doing it? Because at the end of the day, you're just costing yourself more, aren't you?
If I found them, they were over 140 euros second hand. So I was like, I'm not gonna pay for that.
I mean, yeah, I've got some on Facebook Marketplace, and it's about £150 over here. But again, that's stupid money, isn't it, when you think about how much it should be. I think I'll tell you, I managed getting one of the Pico Ws. That was the only thing I managed to get, and that was like £30.
And those are not. Those are more Arduinos.
I use them for just like say micro control for my lights and my sound systems and stuff.
Since the pandemic and the Pis became scarce, I think a lot of companies came out with alternatives that might be better than a Pi. I don't know if they're better, but a lot of people have been talking about a lot of other alternatives.
Yeah,
I think that might have to be my other option, to be honest. It might have to be my next option.
Are you guys familiar with these? An ESP32?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, this might be a good alternative because it's super cheap. It's like $3 here in the States. And,
are they already pre-plugged as well? Are they already pre-soldered? Yeah, they already pre-pinned. Or...
I don't know if I've soldered the pins on or not, but it included the headers. It's easy. I think it's easy to do. Then again, I'm an electrical engineer, so
Yeah, same as me, but I prefer to take them off, to be honest. I don't really work on breadboard that much, so I prefer use more permanent soldering.
No, you can get them without the legs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Without the pins soldered in. Yeah.
That'd be great then.
Yeah. No, this is my electronics microcontroller. I got Pis and
Here you go.
More
Yours
pies.
is all so neat and tidy. Mine's just everywhere.
What was that?
Mine's just all my bits are just everywhere.
Well, I was that way, and then I was like, I can't find anything. So I have next to
I've
the
got
bird here.
Rams here. If I look on the floor somewhere, I've got more PCBs down here. It's honestly ridiculous. Hard drives, they're just everywhere now. I really need to get a clean on. It's bad.
I'm a little bit of that point. Power resistors just hanging out in a box on the ground.
It's like bags of LEDs everywhere. I can't deal with it.
I've actually got probably about 300 or 400 pounds, and not in money, but in actual weight of electronics in the corner of my office. That and
Yeah, that's
wires.
my dream, that is.
What was
my
that?
dream. That's my dream, to be honest. I would love that mass amounts.
Well, what it
Anything I
was,
need, I can go take it out.
yeah, there was a business that was cleaning out that made circuit boards near where I live, and they had done it for like 20 years, and they're like, we got to clean out all the stuff we're not using anymore. And they told the guy to put it all in the dumpster. And the guy was a friend of mine, and he's like, okay. So it ended up in my house. I've
Best
got like
place.
literal like 40-gallon trash bags full of prime electronic parts. It's nice.
Well, if you ever need a resistor, it's there, isn't it? That's why I keep all mine. If you ever need a resistor or anything, I've got it somewhere.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I've probably got 1 million resistors here. I'm not exaggerating.
No gold mining.
I'm coming
huh?
on close, but not there yet. I'm not there
Yeah,
yet.
Yeah, it's fun.
I've seen gold mining on electrical. That just looks like a mess.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna gold these. These are not like circuit boards. These are prime, brand new components. I'm trying to see if I can find easily grab a handful of what I'm talking about.
I wish I lived near you, Rob. I must say.
I'm on a
That
different
would be a lot of
screen.
fun.
Give me a minute. I can full screen you. Got a couple pictures being shared with me from Derek in the UK. I'm going to show him.
I could probably take a picture of it with my phone and share it. Like just easy.
Derek,
handle.
did you build that RetroPie, that arcade machine? I believe he did. Derek in the UK, he's in chat. Here's a picture of his right here, full size.
Cool.
Is that running off a pipe? Did you build that, Derek, or that's a regular machine? Retro game. Then here's something he's printing on a wall to hang some stuff on.
I like them hex boards. They are so great storage. They are. I keep looking at them.
Pi 4,
It's a
okay.
good design.
Yeah. One thing about that Pi 3B that I have, and all these games I have on there from old Nintendo and all that, and there's like 5,000 games. There's no way it's the full version of the game on that little micro SD card. It's probably just so many levels. Is what I'm
You think that, but no, it's not. It's not. It's a full game.
A picture of the original Mario game on the NES takes up more space than the actual game does on the cartridge.
Wow.
Yeah.
They are amazing pieces of kit. I can't fault them. I honestly can't. Like.
Yeah, the programming tricks they had to do to that was insane. Like the cloud is actually the same thing they use as a bush. They just changed the color of it so it took up less space on the cartridge.
I want to get a pinball machine, a physical pinball machine, but I wanted a couple slot machines and poker machines forever, and I live in Las Vegas. Well, what was it, like 2 years ago when I showed you guys I had the poker machine in the garage? I had a great big dollar slot machine, and I kept it for 3 or 4 months. Me wanting it wore off, and I turned around and flipped it and sold it. So
wow. By the way, if any of you guys ever do make it out here to Vegas or Henderson, we're Superior and Henderson, but out to Vegas, we do have the Pinball Museum. It's huge. It just got moved from Tropicana. It's a brand new building from the ground up. And I seen a video of it today, and they even got the old bowling alley thing with the brown balls. So,
wow.
Yeah, we have the Pinball Museum on the south end of the strip.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I remember it used to be on Tropicana near Pecos. I believe in the old Furs cafeteria building.
Yeah, they moved. Yeah, it's in a brand new building from the ground up.
Ladies and
Specifically built
gentlemen,
for
we've
it.
got Kate popping in. Hello, Kate.
Is
How
that
are
all
you?
your
Kate?
stuff there, Rob?
What was that?
Is that all your stuff there?
That's my unindexed, unsorted electronics. You can see
I thought it was.
the tubes I just showed on screen. That's on top of that white trash bag right there.
Oh wow!
So, and then I have my sorted electronics and tackle boxes too. So,
You're more
yeah,
than welcome to send them to a poor man in England if you want to help someone out.
hey, you tell me what components you need. I might do that if you pay shipping.
Honestly, I don't think you're ready for the list.
Hello, Kate. How are you doing today, Kate?
I am not doing well, but it will get better.
All right. Things can always get better. No matter what's happening in life, it can always get better.
That's it. I had the worst birthday this year.
Uh-oh.
So somebody shot up my
Sorry to hear
truck,
that.
shot the windows out, shot my house, tried to shoot my husband, missed him by about 6 inches. So yeah, it's been
Wow.
a rough couple of days.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know who might have done it? Old acquaintances?
They're thinking it might have been one of my neighbors that I've known for 35 plus years, but I can't
Wow.
say because we don't know. They're still investigating. But now I got to come up with $1,500 to pay my deductibles to get my truck fixed and my house fixed.
Wow.
That's
I'm sorry it happened. Sorry to hear that.
crazy.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, Kate.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
Hopefully we can cheer you up, though.
Wow.
It's just all materialistic things. Like I said, it missed the porch light. He hit the porch light. Had he not hit the porch light, he would have hit my husband in the head.
I'm glad everybody's all right.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
everything's crazy nowadays. I remember
Yes.
when I was a teenager, everything you heard about this kind of stuff was over in some other country. And now every time you hear about something, it's in America. So it's just nuts. Crazy.
Well, I heard about it from Compton all the time when I lived in California.
Right?
Word.
Crazy.
Yeah, want to see something?
Sure.
These are the pinball machines of my brother.
Those are your brothers?
Yeah.
He owns the whole place?
No, not the place, only the machines.
Wow.
Wow. And haven't they gone way up in price recently too?
Yeah. We
Are
bought
you-
pinball machines for around 500 euros, and they now can be sold around 3,000. So
Are you and your brother
People
close?
them are vintage.
Do you and your brother get along real good?
yeah, sometimes
Do
you know,
have one?
brotherly love.
Do you have one in your? Do you have a pinball in your house?
No,
Why?
I'm still thinking about it. I just moved to this place, and I'm living in an I got neighbors downstairs, so I don't know if they are happy if I got a pinball machine in my house.
My dad has about 7 in his basement.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting the Ninja Turtles and
I've seen a lot.
and
where people
restore it.
take a big screen TV and they turn them into pinball machines, and they look amazing. And some of them
We had
you
one.
can even
We had one of
look
those.
at an angle, and they look real. But yeah.
We had one of those, around 5,000 different pinball machines on them. But to be honest, not a lot of real pinball machine players were happy to play on it because there were lag in pressing the buttons and seeing the pedals hit the ball. There were all kind of issues with it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we just restore pinball machines, and then sometimes we sell them, and I've been doing that for the past couple of years.
That's really cool, Vincent. My only experience in working them is just fixing my dad's.
Oh,
And that's why I started 3D printing for small parts that I couldn't get.
Okay. Could
Sam,
you
were
actually...
you still in there out there?
Who?
Sam, he was the real Sam Prentice. He was out there
Yeah.
a minute ago.
He's probably in chat listening.
Yeah.
But Vincent, if I could get your contact information, put you in touch with my dad, if that's all right, because he's interested in the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
The one thing, if you buy pinball machines, there's one thing you already need to look at. In the main board, there's always a battery.
Mhm.
With the old pinball machines, a lot of people forget to take the batteries out, and the acid of the batteries will leak on the main board, and then basically your pinball machine is destroyed.
Yep, absolutely. Same thing with old arcade machines too. Yep.
Yeah.
A friend of my brother's that gave me the slot machine and the poker machine, which, they look like they're brand new. Both batteries on the motherboards were dead. So I done what anybody else would do. You get on YouTube or internet and you Google it or go to YouTube. I found a couple batteries. I soldered them on. They both look perfect and work perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the one and the only Rich, the LA hobby guy. Hey, Rich.
Hi, Rick.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Good.
Hey, Sam, when you get time and you're not busy, can I text you to help me to set my printer up to Prusa?
Prusa? Slicer?
Prusa?
Which printer? The Sobel SV06?
Yep.
They should have a profile, I'm assuming, in Prusa Slicer for that.
Nope. They said
No?
something about I got to download the MK something and change out the start and the end in it.
G-code.
Oh, the profile and start an NG code in the slicer profile.
Yep.
That's I think other people can help you with that too. If Sam is unavailable.
Yeah,
I can
anybody
walk
that
out.
has that printer, it's running. It probably has Prusa Slicer. Because most people have 5 or 6 slicers on their computer that they tinker with for different reasons, and a lot of people in chat may even be able to copy and paste what you need to have. They could PM me, you, and help you out with that.
Not
All right.
that
I
Sam
appreciate
is
it, guys.
not that Sam
Yeah,
isn't fully
ahead.
capable of doing that, but he may be busy.
The things that I do with the pinball machines is mostly the mechanical parts, not the electronics, because I still have to learn a lot of stuff about it. So I was starting to learn about emptying the EPROMs and that kind of stuff because they were too old, or I was
Rich.
starting with that kind of part.
Right there in the middle, we have Kenny Sims. He lives in Las Vegas. He loves your channel. He donates to you, and he has a Raleigh right behind him, and he just done your Eiffel Tower.
Oh, wonderful. How'd it come out?
Yeah. Hey, while we're still on the subject of pinball, I just got a quickie. Everybody knows I'm an old fart. I just turned 65. Back in the 60s, I lost my father when I was 2.5. So my mom was dating this guy that was a jukebox mechanic. And sometimes he would bring those rifle game homes and the bone outs with the brown balls. So
Operation Wolf is one of them.
Yeah. Anyways, so one day he set up a bowling alley in our apartment driveway, and I was the hero of the neighborhood.
Nice.
Okay, so the Orca. Okay, we can try that. That'll be no problem.
Orca Slicer is a fork of Bamboo Lab that has a lot of printers built into it. It's an awesome slicer that I use with my Bamboo Lab. Excellent carbon. What's new today, Rich? What are you up to?
I am designing a vintage hotel keychain. So, the old style that sort of looked like a diamond. And actually, I got one of those last year when I went to New York. That's how old the hotel was that I was staying in. They actually had that plastic old style vintage keychain. The one that says drop in any mailbox, guaranteed postage, made out of plastic.
Oh, nice.
So I'm designing that right now for the live stream for the Laser Makers Room coming this Saturday night.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday, yeah.
Okay. Very nice.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Rich. It's nice to finally see you again.
Hey, Kate. Good to see you.
Any other makers like to drop in? I'll reshare the link again.
Yeah.
Here, Kenny, let me put you up on a big screen so we can show that off.
So the Rich, because he just got one, Rich.
Oh, nice. Came out perfect.
I think he did the same thing I did. That center section where his hand is, when he glued it up, he didn't double check the slots down below and he had to reprint it, right?
I'm not going to say how much I had to reprint on the grounds that might embarrass myself.
Well, okay, so let me make you feel a little bit better. When I originally got that file, I got it somewhere off the internet, and it was just horrible. And it took me about 6 hours to redesign it to get it to actually work on a laser. And I can tell you that that's 6 hours of design time. And then on top of that, doing the prototypes in between each time I would redesign it, I think I probably have 40 or 50 hours into that project getting the perfect file.
Wow. Well, thank you, because I am a veteran and I have been to the top because I was stationed over in Germany. I went to the Paris Air Show, and I have been to the top of the real one, so it does mean something to me.
I've been there, but I've never gone up to the top.
I've seen the one in Vegas, but I've never went up inside it.
The interesting thing, Kenny, is that the color of the one that you made is the same color as the real one.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny, thank you for your service.
You're welcome. I flew a lot.
Yeah, they didn't
Worked
say
on
that.
helicopters.
For
They didn't
those of
say
you
that
that
the
are
first
on
time.
Facebook, that sphere they showed on the 4th of July that they built down on the strip, that giant dome with the eyeball and the basketball and the fireworks, that is unbelievable. It's as big
That thing
as
is cool.
It's huge. It's a giant event center on the inside. I don't know if they have the inside done, but the outside they lit up, and I've been sharing pictures left and right. That's beautiful.
It's
really,
incredible.
really cool. Amazing. And one time I was watching a video on it, and it had a spinning circle. There was an error. Like you get on your computer, you're waiting for something to load. So
I got to take out a mortgage to attend a show in there, though.
okay, Vincent wanted to show some pinballs here. Let me pull that up. Okay, go ahead,
These are
Vincent.
all the pinball machines that we restored, and they are in the other building.
Nice.
Took some pinball machine took us about 6 months to completely restore.
Nice.
So
yeah, a lot of the graphics and those are hand painted, and yeah, they're beautiful. I love pinball machines.
Yeah.
But you know what? I really shouldn't say I want to have one, because knowing me, if you knew me my whole life, I'd get it and say, "Wow, this is cool," and then a couple months later, I'd want to sell it because I'd be tired of it. But
this one was the hardest one for us to do because of the paintwork. Let me check this one. Yeah. This was a difficult one. Flash Gordon.
Oh, whoa.
what type of glass is in the top of that? It's not plate glass, is it? It's that shadow.
No, because they had to do it, redo it, because some of the head windows were broken, and they are really hard to get.
It's got safety glass in the top, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So but this is not the original glass anymore, because the original one broke.
Yeah. Very nice.
I remember as a kid spending all my nickels in my uncle's restaurant. He had 2 pinball machines there, and I would go and bust the tables, and get a quarter or 35 or 50 cent tip, and my cousin would let me keep them, who was the waiter, and I'd put all that money into those pinball machines.
Kate, did you find Orca Slicer online, or do you need a link?
I have not yet, but I will. I'm just listening to all you guys, and
okay. Nice.
Wow.
This was the old building that we used to own ourselves, but due to COVID, we had to close it down.
Yeah.
Old retro gaming stations, and you could rent for an hour like €2.
Wow.
Yeah, when I was a kid, they had Pong and Duck Hunt, so that's kind of where it all started back in the day.
I wish there was something like this near where I live. That'd be awesome.
I still have Pong, Gary.
Yeah,
I still have Pong.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law had a bar,
ding, ding, ding,
and
ding.
I got, when he closed his bar, he saved all of his games that he had there because he owned them, and I got the bar table version of Pong. So it's I guess it's about 3 feet by 3 feet. It sits about 32, 33 inches off the ground. And the outside part is like black glass, and the center is where the Pong is. Yeah, I have that in storage. It's been in there for years.
I've been a gamer most of my life. I've got 2 VR headsets. My favorite game of all time in VR is Elite Dangerous. You're flying around in space. You're on space stations. You're in aircraft. And you look out the windows, you're approaching a planet. It looks so real. It blows your mind.
No, I'm sorry, Jerry. It's got to be Beat Saber for VR. Beat Saber has got to be the best game that's out there for VR. What
Which
a
one?
game.
Beat Saber?
Yeah.
Half-Life
Oh,
Alex for me.
Yeah.
Ever since Facebook
well
bought it,
done.
eh,
Yeah.
Has
No, I've
anybody
got
played Population 1?
Space
I've got-
Invaders. There you go.
I got a whole box of. I'm gonna actually send a whole bunch of retro games out to another 3D printer guy.
Well, Kenny, you
Oh,
play Call
thanks,
of
Rob.
Duty, right?
Thank you,
Call
Rob.
of Duty?
Appreciate that, mate.
It's the guy that does Recreator, Josh. He and I are talking on
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's really big into retro gaming, so I've got a whole stack of boxes that I got to send over to him if I get him out before Earth.
I'm just mad on my DS, Sam. I just love my
Kenny,
old
you play a lot of
Pokemon.
Call of
That's it.
Duty, don't you?
yep.
Okay.
But I probably won't. I mean, I'm starting to really get fed up with the game, so because now every season, like when they renew, they want you to spend another $30 to
Buy
get
the
all
battle
the
pass.
perks. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and plus they've targeted more towards the console guys versus us, PC guys, where the game actually started.
Yeah.
I should have left when they took away our dedicated servers, which was Call of Duty 4.
Yeah, my favorite weapon is a chain gun whenever I can find one in a game.
Yeah, saw
Like-
one.
Yeah, like a Gatling gun.
I carried a 60 when I was in the Army, so
I bet it was
That was
extremely
fun.
heavy and fun to shoot.
I treated it
Subsector,
like a
thank you for
guitar.
subscribing on Twitch. Thank you very much, Subsector.
So back to 3D printing though. What you guys do with your failed or scrapped prints or whatever?
Ping pong
I
rackets.
throw it in the garbage.
I
Yeah,
saw some
guess
guy
that.
who turns them into ping pong paddles, and he was honestly, some of the work he does, he's making sinks out of it and everything. I'll try to find the link for you. He was honestly, some of the stuff he makes with his scraps, brilliant.
One of the guys in our bamboo, because I'm an early adapter of the Bamboo Lab printer, one of our guys, because there was a special team set up, which I was part of, not bragging or anything like that. Anyways, he takes his scraps, and there's molds you can get on Amazon, and you actually can put the scraps in and melt it, and he would make skulls out of them, out of scraps.
I've seen something on the internet.
It's on Amazon. Probably like about what Jerry's got.
Yeah.
I got a
Something needs
toaster
to go.
oven. My sister gave me a toaster oven a week ago. I'm going to take all my Bamboo Lab scraps, take the toaster oven out back, heat it up, drop it in. I got some skulls here. I'm not sure how long they'll last, but this was my intent with some of my scraps. Throughout the years, I've always thrown everything away. I'm going to now start keeping things. And I have a blender in the kitchen. I don't use it anymore. It's under the shelf. If I have to, I'll grind up bigger parts, and I'll dump them in the mold, and I'll see what I can make with them. Instead of just throwing them out, I'll possibly make something.
Yeah, it's a lot of waste when you think about how much you chuck out. It is a lot. It is a shame, really.
It's like this Ghostbuster car. Somebody asked me, the one I'm selling is 3 foot long. I said, well, how many rolls of filament was that? It was 12 rolls of filament. Why? Scrap, filament, supports. It had so many supports on all the parts. There was more filament and supports than there is the actual car.
That's the problem. When you think about everything that goes in the waste, if you could make something else out of it, it's a no-brainer, really.
And that's,
Well, where are you originally from?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, in UK.
Are you originally from the UK?
Originally Ireland, but lived here most of my life.
You sound like our friend Liam. He's an Irishman.
Yeah, I'm originally Irish, but I've been here most of my life.
By the way, Ringo turned 83 yesterday out in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
He's still going strong. Well, because
Hey,
I was thinking
Dum-Dum,
about
long time
he's
no
going.
see.
Makes
Hey,
one of
Dum
them.
Dum.
He's got a funny accent, eh, Kate?
Yes, he does.
No, actually, we have funny accents to people who live in the UK. And then, depending on what part of the U.S. you live in, you have different accents, too.
Kate, Subsector tapped out. He's not Subsector. I'm sorry. Sam says he's busy at the moment. So if you do need any help with Orchestra or anything, I think think Sam
So
is being
when I
fascinated.
download it, do I go in and copy my end and starts and paste them into the end and
No.
starts?
No,
don't
you pick
think you need
that printer and it's all ready to go.
I think Orca Slicer has a profile for you in that slicer. So when you install the slicer and you say, let's go, I'm going to select this printer, it should just go and work.
Okay.
And then when you open up Orca Slicer, when you have a different printer, you pick that profile and then you slice your model. So each time you open up Orca, if it's for a different printer, if you have multiple printers and that slicer supports it, you just pick that printer, it pulls in the profile, and then you slice your model and do whatever you got to do, pick the filament, your temperatures you might have to reset, and then you go. So
Okay. I will play with that. I got my little heater, dryer thingy, whatever it's called, today in the mail. So I will try that because that one has been up there for a while, and I'm pretty sure we've been at 100% humidity. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
she needs to be dried.
usually you drive for like 3 or 4 hours. I don't drive very often in Vegas, but I do have a lot of filament that's very brittle. When I go to put stuff in the bamboo right now, especially with my Ziltech filament, I'll pull off 6 inches. If I can snap it with my finger, I pull off another 6 inches. Sometimes it's 3 or 4 feet later till it quits breaking, and then I can work with it. So it depends.
That's
So that's
I'm
actually
really in two minds with them bamboos at the moment. I really don't know whether to get one or not. I'm proper tearing me. It has been for the past week. The only reason I wanted bamboo is for the AMS, but is it worth just buying the bamboo just because I want the AMS? I really don't know at the moment.
Depends what you want to do. If you want to do a lot of cool multicolored prints like this that waste no filament whatsoever, it depends what you want to do. But
That was never, I never wanted to do that, but now when I keep looking and I'm seeing all these multicolored prints that look amazing, it's kind of steering me that way.
It's way beyond amazing. It looks perfect.
Yeah, it's kind of that or the K1 for me. I am looking at the K1, but it's an odd choice.
3D
What is
Chameleon.
This is a really old, and apparently I have stuff on my hands, a really old palette that I got online on eBay for like $120.
This is what I got.
All right.
That's filament dryer.
That's a dryer. The palette lets you switch. It's an AMS. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. My friend's calling me.
Yeah, but what I like about this one is I can print while it's drying too.
Yes.
Yeah, see, I've got the heavy one of them. I do like my heavy one. I can't even pronounce the brand name. I do apologize.
Carry on. Yeah.
Jamie recommended that one. And then I have a food saver, and I bought a bunch of the little beads so I can drop them in there and put my spool in there and suck all the airs out and leave it when I'm not using it.
Let me re-show. Jerry and Cooper in chat wants me to re-show what I would have here. Jerry Cooper, you go to printables.com, you type in Hue Forge, and it'll show up all the prints that other people have made. And these are all from other people that made these, and they're done in multicolor. If you buy the program for either $12 or $30, you can do it yourself, and then you get a rebate back.
3D print?
Yes, it's 3D printed in 4 different colors.
Oh.
What was the name again, Jerry?
Hue Forge.
See, this is the stuff that makes me want to use bamboo. It really is.
I mean, this is done by Zombie Hedgehog. This one, I remember he did this one. But that's 4 different colors. Thank you, Sebastian. Yeah,
That's
you put it in
incredible.
chat there, Hue Forge. And here's an astronaut. As you can see, it's like 4 layers thick. It's multi-material, multicolor. Basically, you drop the model. Once you download it, it tells you in a PDF file. You drop it in Bamboo Slicer. You slice the model where it's on the bed. And then once you have the bar, you can drag down the side after you slice it. You go to like layer 5, and then you change colors to the next color. And then you go reslice it. And then you go to the next color. You move the slider up to say layer 11. And then you hit right click, change colors to your third color, reslice it, and then you're all done. You just print it.
Yeah,
And
one thing, Jerry, when you're showing those, I've noticed one thing. They're all black on the back.
yeah, most of them all start with black. You don't have
So
to
it's not
start
a
with
magnet.
black. Every one that I downloaded that started with black as a base
Oh, I
color.
like that one.
So it's not a
Yeah,
magnet.
they are brilliant.
Yeah, these are all somebody else's work. I'm going to do a video on it. It's not my work. That sunflower looks amazing.
I'm going to buy a bamboo haunter. Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate that. Thanks.
But yeah, these are so cool. I mean, my wife
Yeah.
is impressed. She's like, "Oh no, more 3D printing. Look at these. These are so awesome."
Yeah, I can't even deny it. I can't argue with the results at all.
I mean, if these are, if you've seen these at a store, you'd buy them. They're that perfect. Ever since I've had the bamboo, the quality of most 99.9% of everything comes out perfect. Now
The speed on them as well, though, is crazy.
Oh, that's cute.
I run everything in standard mode. I don't speed it up, but even standard mode is fast.
Yeah, like when I go around max and there's a running, it's crazy. I can't grasp it. Honestly.
Now these two didn't come out very good. That's only 4 colors. I tried blue. It's a mech, and I don't really like it. But anyway, I could have done it in more colors. And even if you only have 4 colors on the bamboo, I've seen in one video where you can pick a 5th slot, 6th slot, and once it prints with 1 color and it goes to the 2nd color, then you switch the 1st color out for what would be color 5 or color 6.
Yeah.
Then it goes
It's a bit like the pause method, but obviously synchronized in.
Yeah. It's like if you have 2 AMSs, that's 8 colors. But you
Yeah.
can do a multi-color print in 8 colors with 1 AMS. It's just you have to assign it to that slot, and when that 1 color is done, you manually change it.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Beautiful, beautiful.
To be honest, the only thing that was turning me eye was in the K1. That was the only thing that was the only one that was competing with it, apart from obviously the ones I'm building myself.
And then
in my mind, they'll be the best.
The P1P, they dropped the price to $599, and then I heard they're including a fan and camera. So I assume that the new price of $599 might come with a fan and camera on the.
Yeah, I think
P1P.
it does actually. When I was looking yesterday, I think it might do actually.
And they gave me a coupon code. I bought mine back in January. They gave me a coupon code for 2 rolls of carbon fiber. And Kenny, he was a backer, so he got something worth like $150 and stuff.
I got 4 rolls.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can't
Rich, I
remember that
keep
time.
It
entering
was the
your
1-year
drawing.
anniversary.
I keep
What's that,
entering
Kate?
your drawing, Rich, because I was saving up to buy one, but somebody shot up my truck in my house, so now I have to pay to get all that fixed. So,
Well, we'll be giving one of those Lasermatic 10s away on July 29th, I think it is, Saturday night, live on the stream. But you can keep your hopes up too, because we're not only giving that away, we're giving away 1, 2, 3 more Laser Maker Realm editions, giving away a 20 watt after that, a 30 watt after that, and a 40 watt right near the holidays, right near Christmas. So we got a bunch of them that we're going to
now
be giving away.
Realm,
What's that?
I was talking to Realm. He needs to enter those because they will ship that laser printer anywhere in the world if you win it.
Oh yeah, I need to enter them then definitely.
It's lahobbyguy.com/lasermatic.
Yeah, I'll have a look for that now.
Rich,
Good.
are you getting any feedback on the cost for the 20 module?
No, I haven't gotten a price on that yet, but I'm gonna guess the 10 watt module I know is gonna be $199 if you buy the 20. It'll cost you an extra $199 if you want to have both. Eventually, they're gonna put a switch to turn off the top 2 diodes on the 20, and so that way you can switch from 20 to 10. But for right now, the 10 watts gonna be $199, so I'm gonna guess that it's going to probably be another $200 on the price. So right now it's at $900 for the 10 watt. It's probably going to be somewhere between 11 and 1200 for the 20 watt, which is going to be, if it comes in under 1400, it's going to be the best price that I could possibly imagine. But I'm guessing it's going to be somewhere between 11 and 1200 for the 20 watt. And then the 20 and 30 are being developed simultaneously. So the 20 watt is going to launch in a couple of weeks by the end of the month. And then the 30 watt is going to follow it almost immediately, like a week or 2 later. They're going to launch the 30 watt. So you'll have a choice between 20 and 30. But I want to say something, though, that most people misunderstand about lasers is that, so next door, I've got the longer B1 30 watt that just came in. And it's a whole new design. So I can run a cut on that at 590 millimeters per minute on 3mm plywood, right? So I can run the same cut on this 10-watt module, 10 watts, supposedly 1/3 the power, but that's not how it works. But I can run a cut on this 10-watt at half that speed. So you're not getting, when you're going from 10 to 20 watts, you're not doubling your speed. You're not doubling your power, even though it sounds like you are. But trust me, I've got 19 different diode lasers in here, from 5 watts all the way up to 40 watts. And the difference between 10 watts and 30 watts is not that big a deal when you're talking about time. So when you hit start, you hit start on both of them at the same time. And we just went through this on the Laser Makers Realm. We did a demonstration a couple of lives back where I went against a top of the line CO2 with hybrid stepper motors. So running at 600 millimeters a second. Okay. And we did a complex job. In fact, it was around Christmas time. We did a letter from Santa, and I think it was four different layers. And Patrick finished on his very expensive CO2 with the hybrid stepper motors, 60-watt CO2. He finished about 20 minutes before I did on like a hour and 10-minute job. So it's not what you think it is. It's not a linear equation where you can say, I have twice the power, I can go twice the speed. It just doesn't work that way. So
yeah, the new laser that Patrick reviewed like a week ago, he done the first video. It looked like a great big, huge fiber laser, but evidently whatever it was only 5 watt, which kind of shocked me because something that big and massive, I thought it would be a lot more powerful.
No, that was 5 watts is a lot of power. It's a UV laser.
Okay.
Yeah, so UV is an incredible laser. What I really like about the UV lasers, you can get a chunk of acrylic that's like 4 inches thick, and you can burn a photograph in the middle.
No way.
Yeah, you can focus to the middle, and you can burn your photograph in the middle of that, and you can make it 3-dimensional so that as you turn it, you see
in Vegas years ago, I had a picture, and I'm sure you guys have seen them, of an animal or a couple, and you turn it and it looks like they're 3-dimensional in the middle of it. I never knew what kind of a machine did that.
A UV laser does that.
I need one. I need a UV laser. That is the greatest thing ever I've seen in my entire life, is having a 3-dimensional image in the center of a piece of acrylic.
They're expensive, Jerry.
Jerry, I need to get the strip. Let's put it all in black.
Jerry's the reviewer, and I do.
Jerry's going to go for one of those fundraisers again, like he did with Bamboo Labs. But only this time you're going to have to fundraise about 10 grand, Jerry.
Yeah, I think one that he got.
Rich, I have the one right here that you don't like.
Oh, the X tool.
I am waiting to.
The laser that we don't name.
Yeah, I love my X tool.
I didn't name it. I just said the one you don't like is right there.
I sold my X tool, but I loved it. I had no trouble with it whatsoever. I didn't have the lens crack.
Lots of people like the X tool. The reason I don't like it, and it's not that I don't like it. It's that
I don't like their advertising tactics.
Well, I especially don't like their advertising. I don't like the way they teach people how to use it, which causes all kinds of problems moving the laser head by hand. But what I especially don't like was I started a website that I built that was just for remote support for laser users in Lightburn, and it got overrun by X-Tool users that couldn't get support from the company. And at $75 an hour, you'd think that I'd want to do that, but I didn't want to, because then it became like a job. The purpose of the website was to help people that had issues with Lightburn and teach them how to design in Lightburn. And then it turned into this full-time job of X-Tool users that couldn't get support from the company. So when a company doesn't give support, I don't like them. And there are a lot of little finicky problems with the X-Tool, because they originally started as a company trying to copy Glowforge, and they fell on their face with their CO2 laser when they first started. When they left MakeBlock and started X-Tool, it was a CO2 laser, a desktop, supposed to be a clone of the Glowforge, fell on its face. Then they saw the money in the diode, and they switched over to the diode laser. They launched a really crappy product, the D1. No limit switches, proprietary software, no light burn support. I mean, it was a horrible. I have one hanging up on the wall over there. It was just a horrible machine, and I don't even know how they grew from there. But then they added the light burn support. They unlocked a few of the features in the EEPROM on the control board so that you could access them, but still not completely unlocked, which there's no reason to lock down open source code. I just don't understand. It's like owning a Mac. You know, you have free software that originally free software that was locked down, and it was open source. So,
But all the help you gave
marketing.
me, that's what I did with it. I mean, I'm not mastering like you guys are. It's the first one to learn on, to practice on. You know,
That's
later
okay.
on, I'm going to win that one, you know, so.
I hope so.
But yeah, I mean,
I got one for sale.
knock on wood, I have no problem with it. So, because, you know,
That's
I only
good.
build dollhouse furniture with it. So it's
Well,
been okay.
there are people that have it that use it in a certain way where it doesn't cause any problems.
Right.
So you're doing one-offs.
Now, I did get
one item at a
support
time.
from- I did get support because I accidentally broke the little L thing on the air supply. Well, they sent me 2 for free. They sent me a lens and they sent me a new nozzle, even though it was just the little L thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they sent you a maintenance kit. Yeah.
What I don't like about X-Tool is that their infomercials try to be high energy. They're every other week, and they're always coming out with a new product, and they're talking 100 miles an hour really loud. You can't understand half the things they say, and they're trying to push.
And
You
they
know.
misrepresent their products too.
Yeah.
So they misrepresent them as being able to do things that they can't do.
But while I had my X-Tool D1 10 watt, I had no problems with it, other than a job got done, even though it still said it had 5 minutes in light burn. It's sitting there idle, and it's the buffer or something. I don't know. But yeah, I had no issues. I wound up selling it because I was going to keep 2. I got my Otur Laser Master 3, and I was going to keep my X-Tool because I had another 35 watt coming from a company with a bunch of other products, and that fell through. In the meantime, I sold my D1 for $400 locally on Facebook, and then the company that was going to send me these other products are like, "Well, we want you to review the camera first." I said, "Well, what am I going to put it on? How can I review setting up the camera if I don't have your laser to put it on for the video? You don't want me to mount this on my Otur?" And
That's funny.
Anyway, that fell apart. So, but now this Raleigh that I have, the Lasermatic 10, it's awesome. I love it. Yes, I got it for free to test and review, but it's an awesome laser. It has every possible bell and whistle you might want. It's doing a great job. Excellent. Love it.
Okay, guys, I'm going. I'm getting tired.
Night,
All right,
Vince.
Vincent.
Good
Have a
seeing
great
you.
day. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah.
Take care, buddy.
Have a good one.
So yeah, Rich, I'm gonna win one of y'all's autographed ones.
Yes,
Okay,
Sebastian.
so
I think the reason they get a ton of views is they're giving away stuff in their live streams. I think that's why so many people watch.
Jerry, hang on a second. So the Overlook Hotel was where? Sidewinder, Colorado, right?
You talk about from The Shining?
Yeah.
Epics or starts with E.
No, I think I got it. Sidewinder. Never mind. Sidewinder, Colorado, right? Pretty sure. Wait, I'm gonna look it up. I'm making this keychain, so I'm gonna put the Overlook
Now.
Hotel on it.
Jerry,
Yeah,
on
Texas.
this, in the last 2 months,
Yeah.
I did win, but it's because Scott gave it to me.
Yes, but they have your mailing address. So
Okay, no
anybody that's
worries.
won it in the last 2 months,
No
all
worries.
you have to do is just have a different name, have it go to somebody different.
Estes Park, Colorado.
So
Wonder
if
if
any,
you can-
Oh, it's close.
that's just part.
Essex Park, yeah.
Yeah, Estes, ESTES Park, Colorado. Thank you.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, Ziltech is just getting irritated that they sent me a PDF, I guess you call it, or a form, whatever, and they were showing me how many people won the last 2 months that are repeat winners. And the reason they give away filament is so that more people will try their products. That's why I said, okay, I'll go back 2 months. If you won the last 2 months, you win again, tell me to redraw. If you won and I go and verify after the stream, when you send me your information that you won, I won't be sending it. I'll have to redraw it next week, because if you can't win twice within the last 2 months. That's just what they want to do. So, hey, Jack, how you doing today, buddy? Jack in the shop.
Hi, Jack.
You seen your video, Jack? I liked it. I gave a thumbs up on my TV. I didn't comment. Appreciate the work you're doing.
Hey, Jack.
If you'd like to pop in, Jack, you're welcome to do so. I know you've been on, I think, once or twice before. So if you win filament and you've won recently, just give me a different shipping address. Give me a different name to send it to. I mean, my wife rarely 3D prints, and she enters occasionally. She's won once, and I won't enter my own drawings, obviously. But Ziltech doesn't send me filament for doing this. It helps bring people into the stream by giving something away.
I'm getting there on this design.
Yeah, one of these days I want to get a fiber laser so I can buy brass blanks and I can make some really cool coins. That's my objective one of these days.
I saw that. What is his name? He had one and he did the coins that time.
Patrick?
Yeah, Patrick. That's his name. Bless his heart. I couldn't remember Patrick's name.
Lightsource.pro.
Yep.
Yeah, the LA hobby guy, Rich, is in his backyard. He had a big metal building built, and then he had it drywalled and framed up on the inside. That's his shop. And then Kenny Sims also had a big building built in his backyard. That's where he's working out of right now for his hobby room.
Yeah, this side of the everything's frozen here. Is that me? Am I still
No, you're
live?
fine. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, still here.
Everything on my screen is frozen.
If I build
And then he switched to the bomb.
I'm setting up a new bunch of these. What are they called?
Here, I'll put you on big screen.
HDMI cameras, and
Okay.
I have an HDMI switcher and some other stuff, and so I've rerouted a lot of the wiring here. Yeah, my screen is frozen here. It's not frozen on the big screen, but it's frozen over there.
109, 20%. My computer's saying 102. Wow, you're 109 in that room? In my
No,
house?
109 outside in Henderson.
Okay. All right, it says 102 on my computer outside here.
Well, you're down by the airbase. You're
Yeah.
clear. You're on the other side of the valley.
Yeah, I'm up on the mountain.
I'm just saying that's how well the mini split does for the shed. 72.
Nice.
We got
Yeah.
88 today with 100% humidity.
Wow.
Yeah, we are too. We're at 94 with 100% humidity. In fact, it just stopped raining a few minutes ago.
I worked for Able Body out at Clearwater, and I had to go out there for training. And I got out of the taxi down there in Clearwater, in Florida. I about sweat just across the street to go get something to eat.
I used to live
I
in
don't know
Ocean
how you
City,
guys can handle humidity.
Yeah,
Oh, you should come down to New Orleans.
I have. I live
Yeah.
in
I
Ocean
love
City.
gumbo. Hey, send me some gumbo.
Yeah.
Kenny, Louisiana hobby guy, Rich, his wife does some, and he's going to be doing a page sharing the recipes.
Yes.
Oh man, well, let me some gumbo.
Yeah. And my wife is from the Philippines, and we're about 5 minutes from a bayou town here called Lafitte. In fact, where the pirate Jean Lafitte used to dock his boat. And there's a lot of like Cajun Creole people down there, and we've been friends with them for 35 years. My best friend was from down there. We got to know everybody. And my wife learned the recipe for gumbo from an old Creole woman from West Louisiana that lived down in Lafitte. And she's Filipino, so everything that she cooks, she puts a Filipino touch on. And even the kunasses, as we call them, from down on the bayou, when they taste my wife's gumbo, they say there's no better gumbo in the world.
Have you read Troy down there? Troy Landry?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, Troy Landry.
Is he just like he is on TV?
Well, I don't know him personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy, but what gumbo? I'm gonna be that guy. I know, but I ain't gonna
it's exactly what it sounds like. So nobody really knows.
It sounds like a candy to
I
me.
like that, Jerry.
It's like a stew.
It's a stew, but it's got crawdads in it. It's got corn in it, potatoes in it. It's got sausage in it, andouille sausage. It's just yeah.
That's super cool, Jerry.
And you know what
sounds
a crawdad
nice,
is?
to be fair. I don't know.
It looks like a baby miniature lobster, but it's not. They live in
like a crayfish. Like a crayfish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's got all that in there, and it's
guys are making me hungry, man.
And it sounds good there. It does sound good.
And then you put paper out on a table and eat it. Yeah.
No, that sounds even better.
No,
actually, gumbo is served in a bowl over a little bit of rice, usually. Crawfish you serve on a table with newspaper.
Don't you break off the head? You suck everything out of the head?
Bonus points if you suck out the brain. Yep.
Never
they
done
pour
that
the
in my life.
crawfish out on a big old paper, like on the table. You run paper across it, butcher paper, and you pour them out on the table.
Yeah, everybody here uses newspaper.
Are these same as lobster where you've got boil them alive?
We even have special tables with a hole in the middle, so that the garbage pail sits underneath the middle, and as you eat the crawfish, you just push the shells right in the middle, and it goes right in the garbage pail.
Yeah, that's a good idea, to be fair.
I don't eat gumbo. Nope, I don't eat gumbo.
They do the same thing here, except with, they do the same thing where I live, except with crabs.
Right, Rob?
That's
I went up to
nice.
Maryland and they did that. It's like, I don't eat seafood, so no.
If it'll fit in my mouth, I'll eat it.
Well, it doesn't have to,
Jerry.
you see,
I went to church.
That's the thing. It doesn't have to be seafood.
Back in the 70s, I went to church after going to San Francisco, and I wore this T-shirt. I got crabs at Fisherman's Wharf, San Francisco. I used to wear that in the church. I got crabs from the Fisherman's
I
Wharf.
think I've seen that T-shirt.
Now, Realm,
Listen,
your name is
wearing that
Sebastian. What is your name, Realm?
My name's Kieran.
Stephen?
Kieran.
Okay.
Keep what you put on the door. Best way to put it.
Kieran, okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't do seafood. I am 75% German, so 95% of my stuff is German food.
Germans do have some good food, though.
Oh, man. I can't win.
That's where it's at.
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel is the world's easiest thing to make.
Yeah.
And it's
You
delicious.
just get a piece of pork loin and you slice it down. You pound out that piece. You do it in an egg, flour, bread batter, and you fry it. That's it.
Germany turned me on to mayonnaise and French fries.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's a different mayonnaise. But yeah.
Looks like I'm going to be cooking at 11 o'clock tonight, then, doesn't it?
And my husband, he's from the West Indies. So, yeah, he does a lot of curry and
Wiener
stuff.
schnitzel.
So.
Keegan, did you say you're hopping out?
Oh, man.
Keegan?
Back on the topic of 3D printing and lasers.
Yeah, we talk about a little bit of everything.
Yeah, Kenny, we talk everything here. There's no
We don't bring up politics. That's one thing we don't bring up.
politics and religion.
I don't go there. All I say is I went to church. That's all I say.
Yeah.
Now, Kenny, you said you were in the military. You worked on helicopters?
Yes. You're
My son
breaking
was a
up.
crew chief on a Black Hawk in Japan.
Who
In fact,
was?
my son, my youngest son. In fact, he moved there. He married a Japanese girl and moved there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, my son, he's fluent in Japanese. He took it in school in El Paso.
You ever work on any Ospreys, Kenny? I hear they're death traps. Everything I've heard about them,
No.
where they're a chopper or a plane, you know, they rotate.
Yep.
Oh, Jerry, my son was stationed right near where you live.
Nellis Air Force Base.
Yes, in fact,
Okay.
that he lived there too. I went to visit him there for about a week, and they have some crappy housing for
Yeah.
for the military. Let me tell you.
The back gate is right, not very far from my house. I go up out of my neighborhood like 4 blocks, turn left. I'm looking at the base, probably a half mile down the road, but that gate's no longer open. But I live right next to the base. So
Really?
if the base ever got bombed in a war, they'd take my neighborhood would go with it. So
That's
Hey, you guys-
reassuring, I suppose.
jets
That's
fly
what
over my
I'm
house every day, and every time the Thunderbirds fly, I can walk outside and watch them.
You guys want to see what I'm doing?
Yeah, would love to.
I started this when we. You got to add that in, Jerry.
Oh yeah, down here. Sorry, wait a minute. There we go.
So that's the keychain. I don't know if you got. Now it's going to say postage guaranteed in that circle on the bottom between the two circles.
Okay.
And then I think drop in any mailbox that goes in the middle.
Hey
That's
Patrick.
an old school key. The thing.
What's that?
That's old school.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah.
The office next to mine in my town sells fake keychains like that. Like I think
Yeah.
that's one of the very keychains they have.
Yeah.
If you want, I can take some pictures of them. She wouldn't mind, and I can send them to you so you can get any ideas or anything like that. if you
I
want.
found the original. This is the original key for that room 237. I found it online. So
Oh,
I'm
cool.
copying the text. I'm not copying it, but I'm copying the context of the text. You know, I'm creating this all my own, but I'm copying what it says on the key for that room where the family lived. I think it was 237 was where all the blood was coming out of the doors.
Everybody all right? I think I just heard a weather alert.
Yeah, that's what I thought I heard too.
It's an Amber Alert.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You sound so
that-
relaxed. If we had an Amber Alert over here, I'd be screaming. You sound so calm. It's just Amber. If it was me, I'd be shaking now. No.
When I went to the 50th anniversary air show at Nellis Air Force Base years ago, I was shocked when you walk in some of those old planes that they'll allow you to walk in. The technology looks like it's from 1940. The stuff
Yeah.
looks so old. But of course, the B-1 bomber and the stealth stuff like that is roped off, and you can't get near it. It's way over there if somebody's standing by it. But as far as for everything you can go in, it's like, oh my God, this looks like it's been under the ocean for 1,000 years. It's just it
Well,
looks so old.
my son, when we went there to visit, got me into the Black Hawk. It's some part of the base that's way off on its own where the Black Hawks are.
Yeah.
And they have a training building there. So first he brought me in to show me the next generation Black Hawk, which is not in production yet. They have one. And I was able to go inside of it. And they don't care if anybody goes inside of it because there's nothing inside of it. It's a metal dashboard, nothing on it, and everything around you is just reinforced metal. So
Yeah.
I said, well, how does this thing fly? And then he said, well, then we drove over to the school where the pilots are learning how to fly these. And I wasn't able to actually do anything, but I was able to put on the helmet. And in the helmet, it looks at your eyes, and it uses your eyes become a mouse. So you look, and there's ways of blinking that click things, and you have a 360 view where you can see all around the helicopter, below it, above it, everywhere, just by turning your head. And there, you look with your eyes at certain things, and you use a certain blinking system to click on them, you know, to activate weapons or to do all kinds of things. Even to lift off and drive the helicopter is done virtually with your eyes. I was just blown away by it. He was saying that now, except for the, you know, obviously if it's armed and there's a gunner or something like that, that would be the only mechanical thing that's actually inside the helicopter itself.
Uh-huh.
So everything else is done in the helmets virtually. And
Yep.
I couldn't imagine. He said that now this was let's see, 3 years ago. This was 3 years ago that we went there, and he said that it was about 5 years worth of training before a pilot could get into one of those Blackhawks
Yep.
and lift it up off the ground and start training on base.
We
So
have
I
a
don't know.
we have a bunch of the Blackhawks here. We've got the Chinooks. We have all that, and we have the Marines that bring in their helicopters too
Yeah.
when they come out here. And when they
There are
live
only a
fire
very
with their
few-
howitzers, oh my goodness, it makes your whole house rattle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are only a few Air Force Blackhawk bases in the world, and let's see, one of them was in Africa. He's been there, to that one. One is in Okinawa. He's been to that one. One where Jerry lives there in Vegas, and one in Pensacola, Florida, and I can't think of Italy. And I think that's it. I think it's 5 Blackhawk bases for the Air Force. if I'm
We
not
got them
mistaken.
here it used to be Pope Air Force Base. Now it's called Liberty Army Airfield.
Where is that?
It's Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
That's Army. That's an Army base. I'm talking about Air Force.
Right.
Yeah, there's only 5 Air Force bases that I know of anyway.
Well, it used to be Pope Air Force Base, and then the Army took it over. But yeah, we got a ton of Blackhawks here.
Yeah, but yeah,
And
he
it
decided to leave when he lost one of his crew. So he could have got out any time, but they were about 2,000 feet in flight on the way up, going out over the ocean, and she just fell out the door. Didn't have
Oh
her
my.
strap on, and he stuck his head out. And he just watched her fall all the way to the water, and then they went down, and she was just the impact. She landed face down, so it was like landing on the ground.
Yeah, concrete.
Right.
It's like,
So after that, he decided he didn't want to fly anymore. He didn't actually fly. He was the crew chief, So more like the point
Mechanic.
master on the crew that's got a clipboard and make sure that everything is done properly.
My dad
But,
was Air Force.
Yeah, but those helicopters don't take off unless that crew chief, gives the final permission. Everything's got to be checked and ready.
yes, we can ground them.
Yep. So
My dad was an Army man.
My dad's Air Force, but he flew bombers like B-52s and stuff like that. And I got to go inside
Pilot?
B-52s. Yeah, pilot. Yep, B-52
Oh,
pilot,
that's nice.
C-131, C-140.
We have a lot of
small
them here
planes.
too.
Yep, the small planes. But that's
C-130 is a small plane.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, I like the C-17s and the
My
C-5s.
My dad was in the Army in World War II, and my uncle, which I never knew, was a tail gunner in a B-17 bomber in World War II and never made it back to Germany. Plane got shot down.
I like the C-5s. They got 12 tires, 12
Yeah.
wheels, and when they land, you're like, oh my God, he's not going to stop. He's not going to, and they stop because they're so huge. And when they take off, you're like, is he going to lift? Come on, you got to get up. Come on.
We have a air show here. Well, I actually live, as the bird flies, about 1.5 miles from NAS New Orleans Naval Air Station,
Right.
and across the swamp. It takes 45 minutes to get there by car, but if you just go straight across the swamp, it's like 1.5 miles away. So when they have the air show over there, which is once a year, we go up on the roof and we sit up there and watch it. And the runway comes right up over our house, and they have a C-130. They have a jet-powered C-130. It's got 4 jet engines on it that gets to, I think it's like maybe 100, whatever it is, 88 miles an hour, something like that, where it can lift off. And as soon as the wheels come off the ground, it goes vertical and goes straight up,
Wow.
kicks in the jets.
Hmm.
It's absolutely incredible.
Jet powered C-130.
Yeah, jet-powered, 4 jet engines on it. and the sound of that, and like I said, we're 1.5 miles away, and the sound is deafening of that thing actually taking off. But it can take off on a very short runway, and let's say there are mountains over here, and maybe like a 152 Piper or something would be able to make that takeoff. That big C-130 would be able to make that takeoff and go straight up like that. Just incredible.
I want to talk about SpaceX real quick. Since that pad blew up and debris and rebar and concrete went like a 1/2 mile away, it landed everywhere, and they're rebuilding the launch pad. I've seen a few videos on it recently. I wonder why the state hasn't demanded that SpaceX goes out there and picks up every single rock and chunk of concrete that was from that and gets rid of it. Because if it's scattered everywhere, and that's what everybody's currently complaining and bitching about, which I don't blame them, they should have to pick all that up. They shouldn't be
what'll happen is that the state will go out and pick all that up, and then they'll fine them for it to reimburse them for the.
The cost. You just hire a whole bunch of people, you get out there and you pick up every speck of concrete that you can find that got blown a 1/2 mile away and clean the mess up.
Now, well, who wouldn't want to do that and save it as a memento, I mean, if I lived there, I'd go get a piece myself.
Yeah, throw it up on eBay.
I'm going to leave you all to it. I'm going to go start writing some code, or I'll never get to it. But it was lovely to meet you all, and hopefully I'll meet you all again.
Well, take care and have a great day. You're always
welcome. See you later. Thanks for your time. Bye.
Feel free to reach out, Keegan, if you want.
Yeah, I'll reach out to you, Defo. To be honest, bro, you're a bit one of my little local heroes in my heart, to be honest, for the baby belts. So
thanks,
just speaking to you is a bit of a shock to be honest.
Oh, thanks. Reach out. I'm always on Discord, so.
That's great. I'll give you a reach out. Actually, Jerry, could you send me your Discord? I haven't got it for some reason. If you could share it in chat, and I can join that real quick.
Yeah, it should be popping up in chat. Let me go grab a link real quick. I got to log in a Discord.
I might be able to find the invite link for it myself.
That'd be great.
Kate, every time your Amber Alert goes off, it reminds me of our NOLA Ready alerts here for the weather. Get those almost every day.
Right there for Discord.
Oh, you beat me.
2 seconds.
Yeah, I wish more people would join my Discord, post pictures, make comments, help me grow the channel. I know there's so many Discords out there, and I was late to the party, finally starting in Discord, but I try to post on there whenever I can.
Yeah, they're a good little tool. They definitely are for communities and stuff. That's the problem with the UK. There isn't really much of a. I mean, you've got a few builders and creators, but there's not really much of a community out here. Where like you've got the conventions and stuff like that. You don't really get that. You probably get 1 or 2, if that. It's a shame.
Terry, did you send Patrick a link to log in?
Oh yeah, I posted it. I think he's working, but it's in chat.
Oh yeah, he's working at the pharmacy today.
But yeah, again, great meeting you guys. Thank you again.
Have a great day. Bye.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Jerry, I'm actually gonna hop out here too. I'm getting a little. It's been a long day for me already.
Well, thank you very much for coming in, Rob. I know it's been a while since you've been here. You're always welcome. I'm here every Saturday. And if you ever want to talk about anything or plug anything you're doing, you're welcome to do so. And thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. I always appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Yeah, guys, Jedi, I'm going to be doing a video on QForge. It's not going to be so much as in how to do your own work other than what I did and where you can buy it at and what kind of a deal you can get on Polymaker, because I still have to learn how to use it myself. But I've been watching other people's videos. But I think I can show enough cool stuff in it to make people watching go, wow, you did what? And it looks like what? I'll make an exciting video out of it. Hopefully I'll have it out tomorrow. So
sorry if I'm not looking at you guys.
That's fine.
Paying attention here.
Anybody in chat have any questions? If you'd like to pop in on camera, I share a link out there. You're welcome to come in. Anything you want to talk about, Kenny? Anything you're working on, upcoming, or what you got going on?
Well, I do got one question, okay? Because like I did a lot of the with my bamboo, I did a lot of the Looney Tune figures, as you know, as I showed last week. When I scale everything up to 130, which is what I do, I'm noticing on some of my parts, they don't fit. Like, for instance, excuse me 1 second. Pardon me. When I'm doing like the axles to Wile E. Coyote's cart, for instance, I can't get the axles to fit the actual cart, the underneath part for the cart. Basically, all it is a little, circle, like half circle that I gotta put a, around axle. I don't know how to explain it. What I'm getting at is, okay, what I'm trying to get at is, how would you resize that? Would you file it? Would you cut it? Would you print another one and maybe scale it a little differently if I can't get the fit?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I know. I sorry for the definition or description.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Sam the Real Apprentice popping in.
Sam the Real Apprentice. Can't get my name right, Jerry. What's going on?
So, Sam, if you have a model and you scale it up and the joints won't go together, how would you fix that?
If I had a model that you scale it up and the joints wouldn't go together.
Yeah, part A wouldn't slide into part B properly.
What model is it?
The Wile E. Coyote cart.
Okay. Do you have it in a non-split part?
A non what?
So do you have it in a whole part, not split?
Yes.
You do. Okay. So what I would do.
You mean is the model split up in parts? Yes, it's split up in parts.
Okay. So
you
it's the
just
part.
Scale down the axle or scale down the one part slightly?
I scale everything to 130. So everything's the same size on my display.
Okay.
And what I'm getting at is there's a small axle that goes through each wheel, and it goes into the underneath the undercarriage of the cart. When I go into that hole for that axle, it's not fitting. I can't get it to fit.
Is it too big or too small?
It's too tight, too big. The axle's too big for the part where it's supposed to mount to.
Okay, so I guess you've got kind of two choices. You can either sand the part so it fits, or I guess reprint and scale it.
Let me go. I'm gonna go grab it. Let you guys chat about something else.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Take that axle and just scale it down a hair.
Look what I finally made.
Look at that.
Got a benchy done.
It finally turned out.
Cool.
I get excited over little things, so.
Well, I know you build dollhouse furniture stuff, so yeah.
I'm learning it. That's all I can do is learn.
There's no more crackers. There's no more. What's new today, Sam? What do you got working on?
You look like you had way too much fun at Murph.
Lots of questions there. Sorry. Yeah. I did. I had a lot of fun at Murph. Actually, it was very, very exciting. And then following on from that, there's been some really, really exciting stuff that's coming up as well. So yeah, it's been a. And then I'm back out to the States again at the end of September. So
I'm going to be at that one in Baltimore.
You are? Sweet. Awesome. That's going to be good. Yeah. So there's lots going on with that. Go on, Kenny.
Can you see the undercarriage?
Yeah.
Yep.
See the pin?
Yeah.
Yep.
And see the little holes?
Yeah.
It won't fit. I mean, I got this other side to fit for some reason. I can't get this side to fit.
So
if it's only I just
you need one of these. You need one of these.
Yeah, the ones on the other side.
Proper tool.
The ones on the other side, are they detachable if you glue them in?
Don't listen to Sam. Just get one of these. Right here.
Take a piece of flat sandpaper, put it around it, and just spin it and sand it down a little bit.
Yeah,
take a nail file like this and just sand it down a little bit. It's only those two little parts. I wouldn't reprint them. Just sand them down a little bit, put them on a piece of sandpaper and spin it, and they'll fit in no time at all.
Yeah. I meant to get this done for the show because I showed this last week, but it's not done yet.
It's looking good.
It's cool. Very cool.
Yeah, Kieran Clark is on there quite a bit from Australia, and he's done a ton of those models.
And Jamie
nice.
does too. Yeah.
Stuff I grew up with.
Thing is, though, it might not be the design; it might have been the way it's been printed. So, again, you know, I've done a ton of stuff with. You don't get 100% every time, though, do you?
I used to get models from designer A and nothing would ever fit. And then another guy, I got them from this person to that person. Everything fit together perfect. So sometimes there's an error in the design.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. Hey, Steve.
Sam,
Yeah,
hear my bad news?
Yeah, your house got shot up and your husband almost got hit, but he didn't. And that sucks.
Jerry.
Yep.
Tell me if this looks proportionate to you. Share that screen for me.
Red rum.
Does that look proportionate?
Your lettering looks like it's crooked.
No, lettering is perfectly
No, that's
straight.
fine. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Oh, I haven't perfectly positioned it yet, but this is what's kicking my ass are these two sides. I think I've got it, but I'm not quite sure. The bottom's perfect, I think, right?
Right in the
middle.
middle.
Drop in a mailbox?
What's that?
You said you're going to drop in a mailbox on the bottom, weren't you?
Yeah, and in this circle, it's going to say drop in any mailbox across here. And then there's stars that go across the bottom, and then it says guaranteed postage in the middle.
Right in the middle on the left and right. By the 2 on the left, it looks more like a point. By the 7 on the right, it looks like it's rounded more. That to me looks like,
this part's kicking my ass over here.
Yeah.
I got to keep working on
that's
these
more
numbers.
rounded than the other side. But I mean, it's not that far off. But
yeah. All right. I've been working on this side over here. It's almost
well, I can
there.
see where it dips in. I can see that there. We had your mouse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you not mirror and flip that? Can you not mirror and flip?
Well, that's what I usually do. And that's what I did here. I did half of the design and then flipped it.
Right.
But I did this half of the design and then I duplicated it and flipped it for the other half up here. Bottom came out perfect. It should be a perfect match, right? See how perfect that is?
Yeah.
But the top did not come out as perfect. I still got to go in and edit some of those, move those around a little bit. But right now I'm working on these the right and left side. It's almost there. I can see I got to come out over here, bring this one out a little bit. It's really this has really been a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
The
Where's
word
Matt
eight-
German tonight then? Prison.
What's that, Sam?
Where's Matt German tonight? Prison.
He's tied up. He's not here today.
See, he's tied up. He's in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got it. It's this damn smoothing thing right here.
Jack's wondering if Lightburn has a mirror function like Fusion.
Yeah. Well, it has. Yeah. So you can duplicate and you can mirror left, right, up and down. I mean, Lightburn has every possible feature that you can imagine. Anything you can do in Fusion, you can do better in Lightburn.
I sold my K40 yesterday morning. Had a guy come here out in Vegas and bought it.
Really?
With the official NASA sticker on it from Liam, and I gave him his backstory on the NASA sticker. It's an official NASA sticker, so don't peel it off. So,
well, I've got 3 K40s that I'd like to get rid of, all of them Lightburn, and I've got a 80 watt that I'd like to get rid of, and a fiber that I'd like to get rid of, and about 15 diodes.
Dang.
I'd like to have a diode laser one of these days that's at least a 2x4 bed, at least 2 foot by 4 foot.
In my other shop, I've got a 4 foot by 8 foot diode
wow.
laser.
Wow.
Yep.
What do you want for the fiber?
The fiber? I don't know. I think I'm going to list that for about 1,700, something like that, 16 or 1,700, somewhere in that area. It's a 20 watt Racus, so they sell for about 2,200. It's only got a few hours on it, and it's dialed in. So
I've got a brand new resin printer that I won recently, Uniformation GK2 8K, sitting in my front room that because of my money situation, I put it up on Marketplace, local pickup only, $650. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
I got D1 for sale with 20-watt module.
And you got the rotary and everything for it, right?
Yeah, I got two. I got the first one and the second one.
The roller and the chuck.
Yeah,
All
both
right,
of them.
I have all of those things, but I haven't tried to sell them. I probably should.
Well, you're the hobby guy. You got to have all that crap.
I don't want anything next door. Trust me.
I had 7 diodes. Now I'm down to 2. So
I think I'm up to 19 in this shop, and the other shop down the road, I've got 17 diodes. So I've got 34 lasers there in the other shop. 17 of those are diode, 15 of them are CO2, and then two fibers in the other shop. And I've got 19 here, 19 diode lasers here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 CO2s.
Steve L3D Lasermatic 10 is an awesome first laser. It's an awesome 5th laser, however many you got. I have one. Rich has one. It's an awesome laser. I love the hell out of it. And that's, it's a great laser. Comes with all the bells and whistles. It's a great laser. Works perfect. I highly recommend it.
Diode lasers.
I would love to see Rich's ventilating system.
I have a custom-made one. It's an air exchanger upstairs, up in the attic, and it is 1400 CFMs. It's a 5-stage air scrubber, which is charcoal and regular air filters, 5 different stages, and it vents 16 feet above the ground. So by the time any of that comes down, there's no smell, there's no smoke, there's no anything.
Sam, have you seen these that I printed?
Yeah, they look really good, mate. Really good.
Came out amazing. They're all printable.
Saw that one at Murph. Actually, the bird is very good.
Well, a couple Murph videos. That's when I first seen them. It's like, wow, what are those? I haven't. And then I seen Z and Zeb was reposted on Facebook, and they were talking about them. Zombie Hedgehog and
whatever her name is, Liz.
Yeah. Joe, what sheet are you using? What sheet are you using on the bed?
I got their textured build plate.
Okay.
Nice.
Little skeleton dude. You can see how the white protrudes?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And depending on what color greens, I didn't have the colors they actually were calling for. So I used an army green and then a regular green. The army green is the first color because you may not always have the greens that they made them on the file. So use what you got.
Yep.
Unless you're made of money, you want to go buy 1,000 different colors.
I like that one.
Yeah, it came out really good. Same with that. You see the layers on it.
Oh, it looks like.
Well, she's in now. She was like that.
Sunflower. Yeah.
Isn't that almost like what Matt does?
Similar.
It looks a bit better than what Matt does, to be fair. It's a bit clearer, isn't it?
He is too cute.
That's nice.
That's amazing. You would have never seen anything like that last year.
Now, these two don't look very good. They didn't come out very good. These two mechs. Done one in blue and red. It's only 4 colors I'm working with. It just didn't come out very good. But I'll have those in my video.
Interesting.
But yeah, they're very cool. Put on the wall, put brake magnets, pretty much anything and everything you can think of, you can do with them. Awesome. Hello. P4 Nitech. Hello. Betty Boop. Hello, wife. She's in another room watching. Yeah, when I first downloaded the files, I got on Maker Deck. I didn't know how to work with the file, and then I realized that in Bamboo Labs, you simply slice the model that you imported, just drop your STL on the bed, and then you go to the slider on the right side, go down to whichever layer the PDF tells you to change colors. Once you get down to, like, say, layer 4, you right-click on that arrow on the right side of your screen and go to the next color. And then it'll tell you to go to, like, layer 10 and then drag the slide and slice it. Then you do it all over again, bring it down to the next layer, and, you know.
Yeah, that was very much a really old kind of way of doing stuff with Prusa Slicer. Obviously, Bambi Labs Slicer is basically Prusa Slicer modified. But yeah, that's the way you used to basically do that with the Mark III. So any color changes that I would have needed to have done, we wouldn't do anything quite like that. I mean, that's a little bit more, you know, you just want to set it up and go, don't you? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Which makes it so good. No, really good though. Really, really good.
Yeah, Matt's not here today, Betty Boop. He had things that he's busy. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much, Meow Mitten. Appreciate that. Thank you for the follow over.
Yeah, Matt's in prison. He was arrested.
No,
that's the rumor I'm starting.
I don't think he's in jail. I haven't showed my alien in a while on my Starship.
What the?
It's amazing what you can do with OBS. So have things in the background. It's like on the news. They have stack.
Wait, I was focusing on something else. What were you doing?
Yeah, I'll show it again. Not my alien on my spaceship that I pop up.
Oh. Yeah, that's that new stuff that I just ordered. I can upload stuff like that too. The switcher, the new video switcher.
Yeah, I've got a Stream Deck here, but I don't do much with it.
No, I have a Stream Deck here too. It doesn't do that much at all. This is an actual video switcher with a computer on board.
Okay.
Which is probably going to take me 5 years to learn how to use.
OBS makes your CNC lose steps. You got time to pop in and hang out, Jack, for a little bit? Love to have you. Boda Smith, hey, what's going on, buddy? How are you today? Nice to see you in chat. Hope you're doing well. Well, let's give away a roll of filament. From Ziltech, they're based out of Houston, Texas. You can get a roll of PLA, PETG, or ABS. One roll, one winner, USA only, because they only ship to the US. If you won in the last 2 months, don't enter. But if you do enter and you win, and you've won in the last 2 months, give me a different mailing address and name to ship it to, because we keep having the same people win over and over and over. Mad Cat USA, hey, how you doing, Corey? Good to see you. Let me pull up my screen here. Got 15 entries. We turn off the banner.
I think I got it. Finally.
Share my screen.
Sam,
And
you
once
were
you-
lost in thought.
You have to be present in chat to win. Acknowledge, say something in chat if you do win. If you've won in the last 2 months, tell me and I'll redraw. And yeah, anybody in the world can enter, but it must go to a USA address. So if you just like to win, I mean, anybody can win. People here, if you're on screen, you can enter. So just do hashtag Ziltech in chat. And if you're not in the US, simply donate it to somebody. And here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's draw a winner. I usually show their website, but I'm not showing it today. Vince, 3D Medic Vince, are you in chat and have you won in the last 2 months? I don't think he's won in the last couple months. Vince, are you still in chat? $3D Medic Vince, say something in
Yeah,
chat.
he's there.
You haven't won in a long time. Awesome. Yeah, go to Ziltech.com, pick out a roll of filament, let me know your mailing information and what you want. Here's my email if you don't already have it. Well, you know how to get a hold of me on Facebook, but here's my email anyway.
Do they make a clear filament?
Yes.
Yep.
I don't know if Ziltech has clear, but yeah, companies make clear. There we go. Congrats, Vince. Yeah. We're friends on Facebook also. Anyway, anything you want to talk about? Anybody? Go right ahead.
Question for Rich.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, are you strictly laser, or do you also do 3D printing?
I do 3D printing. I do the
Okay.
worst 3D printing you've ever seen.
I was just curious because I never see you talk about it.
No, actually, I do. I try and keep my channel focused on lasers. Originally, when I started it, I thought I was going to do lasers, 3D printing, and CNC tutorials. But the laser tutorials were so popular that I don't want to steer away from that now. But yeah, I've got 4 3D printers and 2 CNCs. But I have crappy stuff.
It's really hard to have multiple hobbies and stay on top of everything because you're jumping from this to that to this. It's
making
like
videos, yeah. I'm so bad at making videos. It might take me, 20 hours to make a video. So I don't have time to make videos in more than one focus, So that's
ladies and gentlemen, we got Jamie, Homemade Jam 3D popping in. Hey, Jamie.
Hey,
How you doing today?
I'm okay. How are you guys?
Rich, you said the man's name was Leo from Rowley, right?
Yeah, Leo Q.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Kate. How you doing?
Better.
That's good. It's been a crazy day. Hey, Mad Cat. Hey, Non-Fam. Hope everybody's doing good.
I still would like to know who Non-Fam is. They're in every single live stream I've ever seen.
Non-Fam lives in Canada. His real name is Nicholas. I won't say his last name. He's on all streams everywhere, and he's an awesome guy.
How do you be on all streams everywhere? That's what
I don't know. It's no matter where you're at. Non-Fam is always in chat. He always has everything. He's a great guy.
Hey, Randy. Hey, Chris. Hey,
and
Bo.
last year I had him on. He done like a giveaway where everybody in chat won. Well, he had 30 giveaways, so we had 30 entries, and every single person won something for things that he had won on different streams and donated. He's a great guy. He's been on camera.
Like how Liam used to be, and Matt. Matt would be on one chat in his headphones, and on here.
Yeah.
Where's Liam? Did he go back to Ireland?
That's what he said. I'm not sure, but he hasn't been on streams lately. He's kind of got burned out, I think, on live streaming. That's why he quit streaming, and he hasn't been online in like 2 months. But he did pop in last week briefly. He popped in for a little bit. So I don't know. That happens a lot of times. Sometimes people get burnt out on the hobby. Darth Gallum, hello. How you doing today?
I get like that with painting. I'm about to start gluing Slimer together.
Cool. Can we see your progress?
He's just taped together right now.
He is too cool.
But I finally got some. I can't get my camera to work right.
David Chambers, right?
Yes.
Nice.
And it's already sized like that. I just printed it at 100%.
Nice.
But I couldn't find any of the big tubes of E6000, so I had to go to a whole different town. So I'm going to super glue and E6000 to hold it together, and then fill seams with probably Bondo. I don't know. I'm not going to use. I got some, which really I think I got took. I bought some of this from Japan. It's basically Bondo.
Okay.
And it was $30 for these 2 tiny little things.
Do you have to mix them 50-50?
No, it's not a 50-50. It's but it does have like a separate hardener. It's not like the tube Bondo that's already
it's like Milliput. You ever use Milliput?
Yeah, I use Milliput a lot. I would prefer epoxy sculpt over Milliput though.
Yeah, that's what I usually buy. And then epoxy sculpt though, I have one of them that's starting to dry out because I don't use it very often.
It's got the little bitty thing of hardener, and
just like Bondo.
It's basically Bondo. So I mean, I guess you're buying that Tamaya name, or Tamia, or however y'all want to say it.
Hey, Non-Fam, do you have time to pop in for a minute and say hi to everybody on camera for like 5 minutes? He might if he has a minute.
It was good seeing you. I haven't seen you around in a long time, but I haven't been around other than here and there. I post a
You've been
video.
to a lot of
from time to time.
craft events, haven't you, on the weekends?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Take care, Fotis. Have a great
always
night.
crazy.
Keep up awesome sculpts you're doing, buddy.
Take care, Fotis. See you
Always
soon, mate.
amazing. Always amazing. I got started painting my alien. Hang on.
While she's doing that, I got a question about your resin printers. Because of the fumes, I'm susceptible to those fumes. Does it saturate a room? Does it go away? I mean, what's resin printing really like as far as the environment that you're in?
I mean, this is just 4 in this room, but like I can have all 4 running and I don't smell anything. But now a lot of it has to do with the resin you use. There's some really stinky resin.
Yeah.
And the GK2, the GK2s and the Anycubic both have filters. So I smell nothing.
When I have one GK2, and when I'm resin printing, I have a Winix air purifier I run. I notice that I'm resin printing. I personally know when I'm resin printing because I can vaguely smell it. Vaguely. It's almost nothing. Not much bothers me. I work construction. I'm used to gasoline. I like sniffing gas. Anyway, I'm joking, but I mean, not much bothers me. But just because you can't smell it or you don't smell much, it doesn't mean it isn't harmful.
Right. It doesn't mean it's not there.
All chemicals are harmful in one way or another, but it doesn't really bother
If you
me.
can smell it, it's bad for you. That's my rule.
My husband says that I have a super snooper because I'm always like, oh, I can't stand car fumes. Like if we're in the car and the air conditioner not on recirculate, I can smell exhaust from other cars, and he tells me I'm crazy that I can't.
Like a canary in a coal mine. There's things that you can't smell that can kill you. There's fumes, but it doesn't bother me. I mean, there's nothing that bothers me. It's not bad, but yes, I have had resins before that I refuse to buy. I can't name anybody. I don't remember, but everything I currently use, it has almost no odor. But you don't buy a bottle of resin after you shake it up, take off the cap, and smell and see what smells, because you don't want to breathe any kind of chemicals.
Yeah.
But, I would say
I got 4 cats, Mad Cat.
Yes, for most people, it's safe to use. You wear your gloves, wear your glasses. You don't want to get it in your eyes. If you get on your skin, will it burn like acid? No, it won't. But some people it may affect worse than others. I've got resin on my hands before. I wipe it off, and I could
literally like stir it up with my finger and not have an issue. Now, if I even handle a resin print, it's called a sensitivity allergy. If I even handle a resin print without gloves on, I get my skin will peel off. Some of you guys have seen it when I've had bad resin burns, and it's not fun because I've developed that allergy. But I just pay attention. I don't.
You could put a hood over it. You could vent it outside if you needed to, but I've never had an issue. But the way you're set up, Kenny, it'd be easy enough for you to exhaust it outside, have a fan running and exhaust it just to make sure you didn't breathe anything. But I have no issues in my house.
I mean, because eventually I would like to try it, but not right now.
I've done hundreds and hundreds of resin
prints. It is so much different and so much more satisfying than FDM printing.
Yeah.
And so much faster.
Everything comes out almost perfect. It's so much faster unless you get the big Peel Poly Forge printer I have, the bigger one. It is slower than hell. It does a great job. It does a lot bigger stuff, but it takes so damn long.
My that Hallett Mage Pro will print literally less than half the time of my GK2s.
And the inside of a model, and if I just cut off somebody, sorry about that. The inside of a model, is it the same principle, or is it a solid model?
No, you hollow out your models to save on resin. Unless you're rich, you want a solid model. If we were all rich, we would probably all do solid resin models, but we're not rich, so we hollow them out 2 or 3 millimeters thick. Then you flush them out really good with IPA. When you dry them out completely, I take mine out in the garage. I use my air compressor. I completely blow them out and dry them out. And then I've got a UV light. Whenever possible, I put the UV light or the fiber optic cable that Jamie linked me to out of AliExpress up inside the model to help dry it out. Let me full screen you there.
Yeah, I've seen a second machine with some people where they're using a dryer or a hardener or something.
I haven't painted. Let me take his head back off because it's trying to fall off. But and I don't have my light on, but I use the green gold color shift. I don't know if you can.
Oh, cool.
That looks cool.
Over a black base, and then I'm going to do another color shift over it. I'm so in love with the color.
How many
shift.
pieces was that tail? Was that one piece or two?
The tail is all. This is a piece right here,
Okay.
and then this is a piece right here.
Yeah.
So tail is two pieces. Tail
Okay.
is.
Jamie Kenny did a Wile E. Coyote.
On a rocket.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm painting that for.
Well, I'm not done.
But back to the solid whatever. I don't pay for my resin for the GK2 printers. I'm a brand ambassador for them, so I get that. Yeah, I'm doing that one for
You're
Denny.
painting it?
Huh?
You're painting it?
Yeah, because I printed it in resin.
Okay. Oh, okay. How big?
He's 11 inches.
Oh.
Steve reworked it for me to make it resin printable. The letters would fall off if I just tried to print it the way it is, but he reworked the file for me so I could just print it all in one piece. But anyway, even if that I don't have to pay for my resin, I still hollow everything because I like the lightweightness of it. Something I think that is super heavy, to me, it just makes me think parts are going to start falling off of it after a while. Even though I resin weld my stuff together, I still think that after a while they're going to start cracking at those seams because it's just so much weight.
Another question just came to my mind, and then I'll quit stealing the floor. Does anybody in resin do functional printing?
There's been a few people do some gears,
just
but I haven't.
I don't.
Okay, so no functional. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Jack in the shop popping in, but I don't see his camera working yet. When he gets his camera working, I'll pop him in. I just see a white
I'm
screen.
going to shoot, guys. I'm going to shoot before.
You have a good one, Sam. Nice seeing you again.
Bye, Sam.
Take care of the real Sam.
Also, be a little quicker on answering your messages on TikTok.
Here's Jack.
All right, Sam.
Hey, Jack.
I will try. All right, Jamie. Take care. Bye for now.
Take
Bye.
care.
Hi,
Hey,
Jack.
Jack.
Hey, Jack.
How's it going today? Thank you for dropping in. Yeah, I'm enjoying your videos.
What'd you say, Jerry?
I said I enjoyed your last video. Post more.
Oh, yeah. I got some more projects I need to get underway.
What are you working on right now? You have anything
I
on
don't
the
really
show?
have anything going on right now. I was just trying to figure out which project I want to. Somebody actually reached out to me from the town of Stanley, and they want me to do their welcome sign. So
Can't hear you, Jack.
Very nice.
Can you guys hear him? I can't hear
I
him.
can't hear Jack very well.
Yeah. Let me turn his mic up. Hold on. I can turn his mic up.
Blow it out.
You sound echoey.
How about that?
Okay, I got him all the way up.
Testing 1, 2.
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, yeah, like I said, somebody reached out to me from the town of Stanley, North Carolina, and they want me to do their welcome sign in a sheet of 16 gauge steel. So I've been doing a bit of design work.
Okay. And you said you're getting ready to engrave a saw blade?
I don't have a design for that yet, but I do have it here on the fiber. There we go.
All right.
Hey, guys, I got to go. The police are here. I will holler at you all later.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good day. Don't make any, keep your hands out of your pockets. Don't make any sudden moves.
Wait, we were thinking about that.
All right.
Hello.
Okay, I think that's the final design there, Jerry. How does that look?
Hold on, Jack. Yeah, let's see. Everybody in chat, look at it. The sides look good, top and
I just gotta
bottom.
tweak the top just a little bit. The top is a little rough, but
That looks a lot
the
better.
average person won't see that.
Yeah.
I mean, once it's done on the laser, you won't see it at all, but I still want to tweak it. I want to get it perfect like the bottom.
Looks good.
That's what we're doing, Jack. That's what we're doing this weekend, our keychains. But don't tell the guys I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's almost the final product right there.
Yeah, poor old Jack got it in the end of that movie.
So what are you gonna do, Jack? You gonna do a cleaning pass to get rid of the paint and then engrave it?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. You're gonna put your logo on it.
Actually, I had thought about that.
Welcome to Stanley, North Carolina. I got a choo-choo train.
Have you ever used Lightburn to design a 3-foot by 5-foot sign?
Yes, actually, I've designed one that was 4 foot by 8 foot. A camp sign.
Wow.
They want a
tile
tree
with laser in
involved
the other
in
shop
this.
is 4 by 8.
Yeah, Jack's internet lags a little bit. That's why it's kind of hard to. His voice doesn't line up with his mouth all the time.
I probably don't have everything optimized just right.
My wife says that about me all the time.
I'm guessing if I wanted to do a sign that was bigger, I would like to redo our craft fair sign, and it's roughly 2 by 3. I guess I could just move my laser. I never thought about doing it that way. Just do parts of it and just move my laser.
What's it called when you put the marks on the laser bed and you line it up to move your laser to the next point? Like if you got to pass through, what's that called, Jack?
Like plotter marks?
Well, they got a name for it in Lightburn where you can put marks on your bed if you're using your camera to line your work up. If you're doing a pass-through sign, and then you slide to the next set of coordinates and do the next part, then slide it and do the next part.
Tiling.
It's register marks on like
Okay.
on
You're
my
using register
cover.
marks to do a tiling job.
Yeah, DeWitt
I
does
use
big
tiling.
signs, but not with a laser. He's got big machines for making his banners and stuff.
I use tiling with V-card, Vectrix V-card.
Hang on, you guys.
Laser plugged up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Sebastian popping in. Hey, Sebastian.
Hello, everyone.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. I've got a new printer which was released yesterday.
Sebastian.
The new JG Maker R1. And I got a sketchy setup here with my mini PC to stream.
Okay.
It's not so optimal, but I guess it works.
Jerry, I got to take this call. I'm going to go on mute.
Okay. Who's that printer made by, Sebastian?
JG Maker, maybe you know the Artist D or the other ones that they had, the IDEX printers mainly.
Yes.
This one just came out yesterday.
Oh, nice.
It's a bit like an Ender 3 S1 Pro or something like that. Just another
220 by
desktop.
220 by 250? Something like that?
Yeah, 230, 250, yeah.
Okay.
But it prints nice. It has a dual set axis and not bad.
Cool.
Hey, Jerry, I thought of something the other day. Maybe we ought to do this next Saturday. Bring your first print you ever did.
First
Wouldn't that
print I
be
ever
cool?
did. Yeah,
First print you ever did.
first one I ever did was in 17. It was about 9 inches tall, and I couldn't believe how big it was. I was amazed, and now I've done stuff, 2 and 3 foot, which kind of makes that look silly, but yeah.
Mine was a little, the frog with the wizard hat.
Okay. It took me like 3 years to do a benchy. I kept saying, everybody's doing a benchy. I don't want to do a benchy and be like everybody else. But if you're on socials, that's kind of what everybody does. As soon as something is hot and somebody likes it, then everybody's printing that. The next week it'll be something different. Yeah, everybody kind of follows the trend.
I think I got a half a dozen benchies.
Well, I know you can interlock 2 of them upside down, and I guess you could stack them on each other, and then turn one on top of the other when they lock together.
There we go.
Somebody should write a book on benchy.
Guys, I gotta run.
All right, Jamie, you have an awesome day. Thank you for stopping in for 2 minutes. I really appreciate it.
I know.
And maybe next week you can come back for another 5.
Next weekend, I will be in Little Rock. My granddaughter's birthday is on the 14th, so I will be going there, and her party's on the 15th, and then bringing her back with me, and we're having a birthday party for her the next Saturday. So
awesome.
I will do my best, but we're probably going to miss the next 2.
That's fine. We love, no matter how short of a time you can pop in, we love seeing you, and keep up the great work. Stay healthy and happy, and we'll see you next time.
And you too. And give Brandy a big hug for me.
All right.
Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I'm here with Lightburn.
Yep. Yeah, Lightburn supports Galvo lasers. And they're going to be having CNC, supporting CNC soon.
But you need another license for the Galvos than for the G-code one, so.
Yeah, I have all 3 of the products that I have out right now.
I have Desk Proto. They gave me a free license copy of Desk Proto, and I'm trying to figure out how to use my rotary properly by making like a lightsaber or chess pieces. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. And the current problem I have in Desk Proto is the bit selection they have is different than what I have in front of me. So I'm trying to figure out what bit to use to try to create some work. I need to get some videos done for Saints work.
So you saying you never used a rotary before?
On a CNC, I've never used. Well, I did one video.
Oh,
and I did one little thing. It's a little rotary that goes on the CNC. And since the SaintSmart 4040 Pro can only do stuff 15.5 by 15.5, it's got a very small rotary. So anything much bigger than a 4 or 5 inches, that's about all it can do. It can't do anything real long like a baseball bat or anything like that.
Yeah, I think that should be one of my next things to do. Because even though I got the D1 rotary stuff, I've never done any rotary laser yet. So I guess I need to.
Oh yeah, well, the D1 came with those 2 samples of that wood, the little round piece came with the D1, so you can do some engraving. I know Patrick done a really deep engraving of some kind of pattern on his with Raleigh Lasermatic 10. It's like it rotated it and it done a real deep engrave. What's that for, Jack? To measure your height?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Use a digital tape measure.
The captain's just gonna blow.
Yeah.
That's what I have. That's even smaller seems to me.
3018?
38,
okay.
Yeah. Not even the Pro. That's the old version with complete.
I have one by Comgro. I've got a Comgro 3018. It runs front to rear instead of that one goes side to side. And I was going to sell it, and I looked online, and Comgro no longer supports it. They no longer sell them, and they're no longer on Amazon. I'm thinking, wow, they just dumped the product and pulled it off their website. It's nice. Camera pros, Sebastian.
What was that one that came out? It was a laser, 3D printer, and a CNC all on one. It was a small machine.
I'm not sure, but there are a few out there. I think you shouldn't mix technology. I think if you want a 3D printer, buy a 3D printer. Want a CNC, buy a CNC.
I agree. More to go wrong. I mean, I would never
Yeah.
get one either. I remember seeing it.
If I had the money, if I had a lot of money, I'd buy a Onefinity CNC, but they're currently $4,000. There goes the fiber, taking all the squirt and paint off.
Does everybody got their safety glasses on?
Everybody put your goggles on. Because you know that camera can retransmit that light.
Yeah, that
Only
big,
1,000
that big dome in Las Vegas was sure amazing. I'm sure everybody's seen it online and pictures. It's on YouTube. They got videos of it. It's as big as a hotel, and it's just a big round sphere. It's a event arena on the inside, which isn't open yet, but on the outside, they can make it look like a basketball, fireworks, a giant eyeball. It's just crazy. It's so huge. I wonder how many car wrecks they had people driving by it, looking at it, and they ran into somebody in front of them.
I think he even did a deadhead with that thing. You know, the deadhead symbol.
What, say again?
I said I think they even did a deadhead symbol with it. I seen a picture of a deadhead the other day with that thing.
Okay.
You know, the Grateful Dead, you know.
Yeah, Snapmaker. They're one of the companies that do. They do all three.
I'm trying to think where that is on the strip, though.
Right behind the Venetian. Directly behind the
okay.
Venetian. You go down, I think it's Koval right there, right? You go down Koval. Spring Mountain turns into Koval, and then it goes around that curve right behind the Venetian. And then if you keep driving straight, you run into the Boulevard Mall.
I'm still trying to figure out what they're doing with the Tropicana off-ramp, man. I was down that way last week. Oh, holy heck, because I haven't been down there in years.
Yeah, they're
You know,
redesigning
stay down there.
redesigning it or something.
That's crazy.
When I work construction, I was on the strip, but being retired, I don't go anywhere much.
Well, same here, you know.
Things change minute by minute in Vegas. Back in the 80s, I was a delivery driver, delivering produce and sprinkler equipment around town, but the town's half the size it is now.
Well, I've been here since '87. I watch it grow crazy.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You gonna have to do 2 passes on that jack, or are you gonna do one and wipe it and check it, or?
The cleaning pass shouldn't take one pass.
Okay.
Next I'm going extremely too slow with this pass. I'm not using my regular laptop. That's not set up properly. I don't have my deep and gray settings set in like around this one. I've got 3 laptops in there. The laptops look identical. I've got Blackburn installed on each laptop, so they will allow you to put it on 3 different computers.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them I normally keep in the shop for CNC. The other one usually stays on the fiber, and the other one stays on the CO2. But, we got them a little bit mixed up at the moment.
Well, I seen a video the other day. I don't know what it was on. It could have been Twitter. I'm not sure. But somebody had a diode laser running, and a fly ran underneath the laser beam, and it didn't kill it. So the diode laser was engraving. Hey, Tanner. Hello. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I see you're performing, Tanner. I seen the ad online, the billboard ad. I shared it. It was posted on Facebook.
I saw on Facebook where a fly was creeping up on that CO2 basin. He just stuck his nose in it, turned around with his leg.
We've got 26 people watching. We've got 16 on Twitch and 10 on YouTube. And, okay.
Go, little laser, go.
Anybody in chat like to drop in? Here's the link.
Yeah, that's too slow.
Yeah, Tanner, you need to post more of your music on YouTube. I was telling my wife about who you were about a week ago, and I could only pull up the one video on YouTube. I don't know if you plan on posting more of your songs.
I'm on the phone with my sister. She's very long-winded. I'll be back shortly.
Okay.
Why does the Louisiana Hobbit guy logo look like one of the Simpson characters?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. I think I've got an alien on mine. Let me see if where's mine. Yeah, see, I got an alien. But he's got his first finger up there, not the middle one, like my model.
That looks like Paul. You see that movie, Paul?
So is that could be like a pro saw blade or something, or?
What'd you say?
Your wife's channel. What is your wife's channel? If you could share it or PM it to me or something, I'd appreciate it. Or you can share it here. Just leave off a letter so it'll post. Ladies and gentlemen, we got DB3D Dan popping in. Hey Dan, long time no see.
Yeah, I've been busy working on a bunch of stuff, taking care of like rearranging the office and.
I'll turn him down because I guess a couple people.
Am I coming in hot?
Hey Jack, mute your mic, and then when you want to talk, unmute yourself. I guess Laser's bothering a few people with sound. Thank you. How's it going, Dan?
No, not too bad. Just like I said, I've just been rearranging the office, working on stuff. I put all the printers behind me, and before the stream, or while I was listening to the stream, I put this section here on. So now I got about 8 foot of desk on this side. So I've got a nice little area to work, and everything is here. So that's really it. I mean, figured I'd move all the printers to one place instead of having them scattered all over here, trying to figure out where everything was. Now it's all right there. Yeah. So what's everybody up to?
Thank you, Tanner. I wrote it down. Oh, not a lot. Just working on this and that.
Yeah, I haven't seen Kenny in a while. It's good to see Kenny. Kenny looking good. Feeling
good? Did I ever show you these that I printed out?
No. I think, didn't you post them somewhere? Didn't I see them in your group? Didn't you post them in your group?
Not yet.
No? Okay. I thought I saw them somewhere, but I know that bird I've been seeing everywhere. Hey, Steve Pool.
Yeah, it's off of a C4 drop of printables. Mm-hmm. I bought the program, but these were all in printables. Oh, got a raid coming in. 11 viewers. Thank you. Welcome, Raiders. Digital Dragons raiding with 11 people. Appreciate it. I'm Jerry with 3DHP. Each and every Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific, I go live on YouTube and Twitch. And Yeah, we talk about 3D printing, lasers, a little bit of this, that, and everything. Thank you for rating. Please consider following. I'd really appreciate it.
Agreed.
And we can have up to 10 people at a time on screen. DB3D Dan just dropped in. We got the Kenny Sims, the Louisiana hobby guy, and Jack in the shop currently. And I'm showing some really cool stuff that I got off of printables. This one here is by Zombie Hedgehog that did this hummingbird. And then I've got an astronaut.
Yep.
This little dude here is really cool, the skull guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks really good.
You can actually see the layers right there.
Yeah.
Here's a T-Rex.
Nice.
Sunflower.
Yeah, I got a personal license of the Q-Forge I'm going to play around with and probably do some streams and stuff with it here. Right now I got to do a bunch of printer maintenance. So
I bought the $30 version, so if I design any prints, I can resell them for up to a year. And then I got a credit from Polymaker for $30 that I put towards 2 rolls of filament. They sent that to me like a day or two after I bought the program. But all these that I have here, I just got off printables. Then I picked it out of the colors that I had. And here's a wolf.
yeah, looks good.
And these didn't come out very good. These 2 mechs I did, they didn't come out very good. But everything else came out perfect.
Yeah.
And this little Coke one's the first one that I showed. That's really cool.
Yeah, it looks really good. I like it.
Perfect to hang on the wall, fridge magnets. I mean, there's like a million things you could use these for. Came out really nice.
Yeah, Westry, you definitely need to. It's an awesome program. I quite enjoy it. I played around with it a little bit. Haven't printed too much with it, but I really want to get more into it. But it's fun so far.
And there's Kenny on his Lasermatic 10. He done Eiffel Tower.
Nice.
That's got a 3mm basswood, very fragile.
No,
Nice.
one point something.
Oh, is it?
So
Okay.
so you have more fragile.
Very thin.
Came out great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rich, seen your comment. Yeah, and if you have a Bamboo One X1 Carbon, which has AMS, it's even simpler. Like I say,
Sorry,
you slide-
guys. Sorry, that was my sister, and she never shuts up.
Oh, okay.
They can do that.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, the man that bought my lasers the other day, I guess his cat was sick and he had to take it to the vet and had issues. Well, when he came out to look at my K40 I was selling, the first thing I did, and I shouldn't have done it, was ask him how his cat was doing. Because that was like a 25-minute conversation before we actually talked about the laser in front of him. So, yeah, it's like, oops, I shouldn't have done that. I was trying to be nice, and that made a real long conversation.
Yeah, I'm allergic to cats. Well, actually, I can't say I don't like them. I love them really because they taste like chicken, you know.
Hey, I got 2.
Come on, I eat Chinese food every week, and chicken's one of my favorites. So.
I got too many.
Yeah, what was really nice about buying the Q-Forge software is you got a credit from Polymaker equal to what you paid that you can put towards filament. You get from Nick. So if you're in the U.S., the software was free. So at least for the first year, anyway. And if you don't want to print the software, you can just download the files off of printables and print them out yourself. You just do layer changes for the different colors. And on the Bamboo Labs, it makes it very simple to do that. And on a regular printer, you'd have to go pull filament, put the next one in, and restart it. I'm not sure how that process works on a regular printer, but the work is completely beautiful. It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
And since I'm old, you're gonna put the information on the on our link here, right?
I'm gonna do a video. I'll release a video on it tomorrow.
Well, okay.
Or I can.
Are you gonna show how to do one in the video?
I'll show how to do ones that are pre-made, and I'll show the software. I have not loaded anything in the software and figured out how to color code it.
Okay.
But I'll show it out of idiot's perspective, and I don't know what I'm doing, but here's the software. Here's how you import something, and then by adjusting the sliders, you can pick different colors, and you export it. And then you keep the PDF file that's included within the software when you make it. It says layer. We start out, let's say black, at layer 5 go to blue, then at layer 11 go to this color, then at layer 21 go to this color, and then each layer you slice in Bamboo Labs, and then when the slider appears, it's done slicing. Drag the slider down on the very far right of the screen to that layer where you do the switch. Right click on it, and you pick the next slot on your AMS for the next color, and then you reslice. And then when it's done slicing, you drag the slider down again, and then you pick the next color. Very simple to do. I initially didn't know, and I was on MakerDeck, and I was asking them in chat, how do you do this? Because I had no clue what to do. And then once somebody, I think it was K2 Kevin or somebody, made a comment, and then once I checked into it, then I realized what he was talking about. So very simple.
It doesn't sound very simple to me.
Oh,
if
it
I
is.
can't hit slice and save to disk, I can't do it.
It's slice
Okay.
it and then go back in and just adjust the layer. It's a couple extra clicks. It sounds more complicated than it really is. Once you do it, it's real easy, and it gives you a set of instructions to follow. It tells you at this layer height. It tells you what layer height you should be printing at, and then it tells you what layers to make those changes at. And it's just a matter of move the slider to that layer, click the little plus symbol next to it, and it'll add a color change. Then slide up the next one where it tells you to hit the plus sign, make another color change, and just keep going up. Well, like I said, once you do it, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's not that bad, but it sounds more complicated.
Well, it's like a lot of people don't understand the layers in Lightburn. It's pretty similar to that, I guess.
Zombie Hedgehog and Pez Liz restreamed their Twitch stream, put it on YouTube, where they interviewed the maker that created it, and he was talking about it. Then there's another person on there who's been doing a ton of videos on it, but I can't think of his name offhand. And Major Gaming Geek. I'm just wondering if Major Gaming Geek, are you a user or are you the designer? If Major Gaming Geek, I see him in a lot of streams talking about it or answering people's questions.
Okay, question for my key. So you've seen what it looks like, right? So
okay,
do I do
one second?
Good.
1 second, real
Okay,
quick.
good.
Major Gaming Geek is a Hugh Ford software tester. Okay, thank you.
All right. So this is Romark. Orange on white, or gray on white, or green on white, black on white, or yellow on black. So I'm thinking that I should go orange and white. What do you guys think?
Orange or green, from what I remember from the hotel keys.
Orange and green?
From what I can remember.
So I have green. So I have green and orange. Both of them have white, or white underneath. So
I don't think I ever had a blue one.
I don't have any blue.
I said I don't think I ever had a blue one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, these are the only colors that I've got of the Romark.
Okay. Yeah, I never had a yellow one. Only color. Yeah.
I have had a yellow one. But the yellow one that I had was yellow and white. This one's yellow and black. So
well, you guys on the East Coast versus us guys on the West Coast, I don't know, man.
Green or orange? What's the consensus? Green or orange? I got the prototype cutting right now. Green or orange? Jerry?
I was watching another screen. I wasn't paying attention.
I'm partial to green, but that's just me.
Say it again.
Green or
I'm
orange,
watching.
Jerry?
Orange.
For the key.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Green is kind of an old school color for keys back in the day, so I'd probably say green.
Remember, this is the Overlook Hotel.
Yeah,
I'd say
green.
Green is old and
Forest.
dark and evil, and I'd say green.
Got it.
Yeah. Tactile
All right.
3D is in chat. Hello, Tactile. Matt is in chat, everyone.
Yeah.
And red rum. Red rum.
Jerry's not doing a giveaway today, Matt. Sorry.
Running a small business.
Already done the giveaway.
See, you already missed it.
I'm just confirming a person's channel here in chat. Let me just see if it's the same person. I think it is. There's another person regarding the HueForge that I've been watching a lot of his videos, and I just want to see if this is a channel that I've been watching, and then I'll mention it. No, that's not the right video.
Here's another one for you, Jerry. Which one requires the most learning curve when you first start? A laser or a 3D printer?
A laser.
Yeah, laser would be more. You have more to learn in the software. 3D printer is a lot easier. And the hardest of all of them would be a CNC. Because you got to learn the software.
Yeah. I thought about getting a CNC, and that's what all I did was thought about it.
Hello, Matt Green. Did I read your message? I haven't checked Facebook. Give me a minute. I'm looking at something else at the moment. I'm just trying to see which channel it was I was watching.
Okay, Jerry, make me big again.
There you go.
Sounds funny.
Here's the prototype.
Oh, nice. Came out good.
That looks cool.
That's start to finish design here on the stream.
How long did that take?
2 hours, 46 minutes, and 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's Lost in Tech is a channel I've been watching on YouTube quite a bit about HueForge. Lost in Tech is the name of it. There's other people that have been doing it, but I believe it was his videos that I watched the most of regarding HueForge. Let me get caught up on chat. Digital Dragon says CNC was easier than laser for him. Rich, do you know of or watch Sam Craft?
What?
You watch Sam Craft?
Yeah, of course. I love Sam.
It sounds cool.
Have you seen his other channels, the Homestead and all that stuff?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him and his wife. She makes soap.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you can watch it when they were moving. He built a new shed.
This is going to be right close to that edge. I'm going to have to make it a millimeter smaller.
There's a few channels I can't watch because they're just way too hyper for me. Like they had too much Red Bull.
My speed to 2000. Try this again.
Okay, I'm back. I'll do some typing. Westerly 1, take care. Have a great day. Thank you for stopping by.
It's just 1 millimeter off.
The man that owns Lightburn, what's his name?
Jason.
Jason. Yeah, I've seen he was being interviewed by somebody. I guess he used to make soap and a lot of different things. And then around 2017, 2018, he somehow figured out how to design Lightburn.
Jason's a software programmer.
Okay.
He's worked on a couple 3D printing things in the past. That's what he used to do for a living. And then his wife got a Cricut, and that's where Lightburn all started, was him designing software to use that. I think I got it. Now the question is, I gotta find my row mark setting. Row mark.
Is Cricut still around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I tried to get my wife interested in that, and she didn't want to do it.
Yeah, my son's wife, he bought her a Cricut for Christmas for a bunch of stuff. It just collects dust. He made me a jacket and put some logos on it for the Dallas Cowboys, and then I don't think they use it. Just kind of set. I mean, she's a stay-at-home mom. She has health issues. I've been trying to get her involved in starting a YouTube channel, but she doesn't want to be on camera. I said, well, you don't have to be. You can just talk and have your hands on camera, making this or doing that, whatever. You don't have to have your face on camera.
Yeah,
There's a
lot of headless videos.
The uglier I get and the older I get, I'm getting age spots on my head and my face. I'm thinking, wow, I need to stay off camera. Because when I film myself and I see a side shot of my head or, like, you know, when you see me straight on, I look pretty normal, but I got a pretty big gut from being overweight. When I turn sideways and I film, it's like, man, I can't show that.
You mean like this?
I need to refilm
You mean like this?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't look like I did before I retired, so sad. Sucks. My fault.
Like
duct
that
tape.
I go to?
Duct tape on my mouth when I lose weight.
That reunion I go to, and there's a guy that I know that walks around the camera. I tell him, Mark, don't do it. And at the end of the picnic, yep, there's a few pictures of sideways skinny.
Yeah.
I just thought of something. The white background may not work. The laser may not cut through it.
The white background may not cut through it.
Yeah, it's white. Diode lasers don't cut through white.
They don't cut through clear, but it should do white, you'd think. I mean, I haven't tried white. I know they won't clear, but
white reflects.
Good to know.
Oh Lord, that looks beautiful.
got you on big screen.
Looks like it's just a little bit hot. It is just a little bit hot. But I'm pretty sure that it's not going to cut that white.
All right, there he goes. Now he's engraving the blade.
Wow, I don't have really a choice here. Only thing I have is yellow.
That's good to know about the UV laser. I didn't know that because I've always wondered how they engrave inside acrylic to make the picture of you or whoever. That is an unbelievable technology when you can put a picture of anybody or anything in a block of acrylic.
Yeah. There's a company in Shreveport here in Louisiana that does it. If you send them a photograph for $295, they'll put it in a 3x3 block of acrylic.
Yeah.
I don't know how they can afford to do that because a 3x3 block of acrylic is very expensive.
I've got a little sample one that I got off Fremont Street a few years ago. It's real tiny. It's smaller than an ice cube.
I think that's what the aquarium guys use, is acrylic. The guys that used to be on the Animal Channel, Animal Planet, the aquarium guys that build aquariums.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that acrylic?
Yeah.
Yeah, make a lot of that out of acrylic or glass. I've had a couple fish tanks. That's a whole hobby in itself.
Yep.
I
haven't watched that show in years.
I built a bunch of display stands for retail businesses out of acrylic on the laser.
Yeah, here's that light that I engraved on the Lasermatic 10. I took a mirror, 1 foot by 1 foot mirror, and I
Did
put
you
my
just
logo on it.
clap that on? Do you have a clapper?
I got it set voice activated. I clapped to see if it was turned on. And I don't have a battery pack inside it. I got it tethered to USB, the power.
Oh.
But
So that's like a clapper? You clap on, clap off?
do that. If there's no noise, I could do that. I'd clap on and off to my voice.
My mother had one of those when I was a kid.
Yeah, for the lights.
Clap on, clap off.
Remote
Clap
controls
on,
used to be
clap
on
off. The clapper.
remote controls used to be on a 25-foot cord too.
That's all, I can't get up.
And these little connectors right here are from Rich, the Hobby Guy. These little blast connectors were from Rich.
Yeah, I made those on the laser. I remember those days thinking about the clapper, Jerry. Yeah, my mother ordered that clapper. It took 6 weeks to get delivered. That was back in the day where when you bought something like from a magazine or a TV ad, 4 to 6 weeks delivery.
I like ordering stuff out of the back of comic books, you know, the little ads in the comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I bought those X-ray glasses for obvious reasons. Didn't work.
Well, they actually, I think it was, who was it? Canon. There was actually a company that came out with the camera, and they had to pull it off the market right away. That would take X-ray photos. You take a photo of somebody, and you could see through their clothes with the camera. It was Canon or somebody. They pulled it off the market, but a lot of people do have them. And I don't know. I've seen pictures of them years ago. I don't remember what model it was.
X-ray glasses?
A camera that would take X-ray photographs. It was Canon or Kodak or somebody that came out with a camera by mistake, and then they pulled them off the market once they realized we took a picture of somebody, you can see through their clothes. I don't understand how, but you could. So they're floating around out there.
I remember my first mail order was, I don't remember what it was for, but it was a decoder. It's a little decoder that it was for a radio show.
Drink your Ovaltine.
Yeah, that's right. I had to save up. I didn't buy anything. I had to save up Ovaltine labels. You're right. Yeah. That took like, I don't know, 8
It's
weeks
from the
to come in
movie
the mail.
Christmas Story.
Yeah, Ovaltine is good on ice cream.
Yeah. Yep. But that was a really disappointing decoder, though, because the message was always about Ovaltine. No matter what you did, no matter what message you got on the show, it was always about Ovaltine. Something about buy more Ovaltine or something like that.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah, the Christmas Story. Yeah.
Yeah, in the movie.
That's right. It was on that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was me as a kid.
How's your hobby room coming there, Dan? Looks nice.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's coming along. I can't complain. I got a couple more things to do, and then I'll be good. Like I said, I just added from here down, so I'll have somewhere to actually work on stuff. So,
Hey, I got a question. I see you guys constantly have these long poles with all your rolls of filament on it. And
yeah.
I go through the trouble of putting mine in these plastic bags with a little pump and sucking all the air out and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do they need to be in a bag with all the air sucked out?
Normally, no. The only thing I find is like on Bowden-fed ones, the way the gear will drive in or the extruder will kind of eat into the plastic to the hot end. That little area there usually gets some moisture in it. If you snap that part off, just throw it away. So you lose, so much at a time. But
no, I don't need to spend all that time rebagging them and
PLA. I wouldn't really worry about. PETG, yeah, it does tend to pull in moisture, but it's not as quickly as a lot of people think, or at least I haven't experienced that. And the moisture out here, like humidity wise, this room, I've had days where it's 89, 90, 95% humidity in this room. And really the only things I have problems with are like the ABSs and stuff.
Kale Structure, with 60 viewers. Let me interrupt for a minute, guys. Welcome in, Raiders. I hope you had a great stream. Thank you for coming. My name is Jerry of 3DHP, and each and every Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific, I go live on YouTube and Twitch. We have up to 10 makers at a time. On here, we talk about lasers, 3D printing, resin printing, CNCs, food, a little bit of anything and everything. Thank you. Please consider following while you're here. Following is free. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the raid. I hope you had a great stream, my friend. Thank you very much.
We do things live.
Welcome, Raiders. Thank you.
What's your opinion on silk and not bagging it?
Silks are a little bit trickier. Those tend to wick in moisture. It seems a little bit more. But again, in talking to some of the manufacturers who made filaments or make filaments, silks usually involve adding impurities into the PLA to get that reflectiveness. So that can be probably my guess would be that's what the issue is when you're adding in something that has a little bit of an impure material into it. That could be what's causing that problem. So
silk is very brittle, and you got to be careful what you print with it. Like my alien that's 4 foot tall, the Paul the alien. I printed part of him out of silk, and his legs kept snapping off, and his arm from the weight kept breaking. So I had to print it out of PLA or PLA plus.
Yeah.
And Pet G.
Can you bring Jack up bigger on the screen?
Yep. And Pet G does absorb a lot of moisture, and most people want to display their filament, easy to grab, so they print a rack and put it on the shelf. But yeah, I usually have to snap off a couple feet. My Ziltech filament right now has kind of dried out on me or got a little moisture, and I had to pull off like 5 or 6 feet. I pull out about 6 inches. I'll take my 2 fingers and I can snap it between my fingers. I don't want that to get stuck in the AMS somewhere, which it will. It'll break off. So I keep pulling it out so it quits snapping. And then once I can't break it and it bends, and I cut it off right there and go ahead and use it.
Yeah. Jack, are you doing that backwards?
He's muted.
Yeah, it does look like it's upside down or inverted.
It's mirrored.
Unless he's filming with a cell phone, that'd be why it's mirrored looking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm trying to look at the other stuff in his picture or in his camera there to see if I can see any backwards text to know if he is doing it possibly mirrored. But I can't read the text on anything else in the screen.
It could be just.
Thank you for the follows, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, the Lightbird software is coming up right, but again, that's the software. That's not the camera view. And there's nothing else like I said in the camera I can really read to see if it is backwards. Well, if it is, then he's just got to make another one, just flip it, or they can just put it in front of a mirror and you can just read it off the mirror.
He could just run a cleaning pass on it and start over.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stuff I film with my cell phone. If I use the front face camera or the rear face, that I would talk into normally. When I put it in my DaVinci Resolve to go to edit, I got to flip the video. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, Jack is in. Go ahead, Jack. Is that a mirrored image we're seeing off the cell phone?
Now that is done.
He says it is.
It messes this microphone up. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a laptop that I'm not normally using. I don't have it set up properly for the galvo. So yeah, flipped it around backwards. I need to fix that inside of Lightburn. But I can't run a cleaning pass on this one because I hit this one with 100 watt and it's pretty deep.
All right.
If anybody's interested, I just while you were streaming here, just launched a video on Wi-Fi on the diode laser. So if you want, you can take a look at my YouTube channel. Today's video is I did Wi-Fi on the diode in AP mode and STA mode. So both modes.
Well, since we got you here, Rich, another burning question. Because I do go to a annual picnic. I'm thinking about doing for next spring in the high school reunion out in California. Tumblers, like high school tumblers, our school and maybe their year and stuff like that. What is the learning curve on doing tumblers?
There basically is none. I mean, it's just a matter. It really depends on what rotary you have. So the
I just
best
happen to have a Raleigh.
What's that?
I just happen to have a Raleigh.
The Lasermatic.
Yeah.
Okay, so that has a regular low-profile roller. So you pretty much have to get used to it. Now you're not going to be able to do something like you have there with the handle on it. So it's got to be like.
Yeah, that's just a 3D printed handle. Like yeah, that's just a 3D printed handle because I like my handle.
Oh, okay. This one was done on the Lasermatic, and this one is double-sided. And I have actually a couple of videos.
There, I muted him.
Okay.
What the hell was that?
The laser was talking.
I have a couple of videos, Kenny, on setting up your, especially like for double-sided. It's really easy to do, but most people don't know how to do it. And on the Lasermatic, well, it's a no-brainer because you've got my library. The manufacturer gives you my library with it. So you just pick anodized aluminum and follow my video, and you should be good.
Hey, cool. Jack, I'm going to unmute you. Mute yourself. That way you can control it when you want to be muted. Okay. Anyway, for those watching on Twitch, you just popped in on the raid. I'm just showing some 3D prints. They came off printables.com. They're free to download. And this is using HueForge software that you design them. And I'm printing them on my Bamboo Labs X1 carbon. That's in 4 different colors. And you basically slice the file. And then each time you slice it, you pick your next color to print these out. And these are free to download off of printables.com. And I'll go through the different ones that I printed. These I didn't design. Other people designed them. I just downloaded my printables. Nice, Al. And I believe that was a black, a white, a gray, and a silver. So I wanted 2 shades of gray, and I didn't have it. So I started with the darker one, and then the third color was silver. And that's like picture perfect. Sunflower.
Well, that's great, Gary.
About what?
Oh, it definitely is not going to cut through the white. Didn't even work it.
Oh, wow. I know on my K40, when I would cut clear, I'd peel off the paper on top and I'd put dish soap on it. And then I would cut my engrave and cut my clear that way. With the diode, I've never experimented with acrylic yet.
Now, what I forgot to do was peel off the plastic coating. So that doesn't help either. I'm sitting here looking at this, wondering why it got black burns in it. And I just realized that the plastic coating is still on here.
Oh, okay.
Oops.
Yeah, a lot of 3D printers will come with plastic on the bed, and people forget to take off the build plate to peel off the plastic and put it back on.
Yeah, so that ruined this one. Got all black burns in it from the plastic. But I can't do it on this anyway because it won't cut through this. It's got to be this yellow one with the black backing.
Yeah, I say roined, and my wife goes, "That's not a word." I said, "Well, I say roined. I say crick instead of creek, and roined instead of ruined."
You know what's funny on the Laser Makers Realm when we do our weekly live streams, bi-weekly live streams? Patrick, what is the word that he says? Colored. Oh, he says collared for colored.
Okay.
So, I colored this black. He says I collared this black.
Yeah.
So now Patrick doesn't know it. Maybe he's watching the stream here now at work. But he says collared, and I say greens, and me and Steve laugh in the background. I don't think he realizes what we're talking about.
Collard greens. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, we're going for round 2.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a video on it probably tomorrow, but there's other people on YouTube that have done videos on it. It's called Hue, H-U-E Forge, F-O-R-G-E is the name of the software. And if you have a 3D printer, you can go to printables.com where you get a lot of free files and models, and just type in HueForge in the search bar, and it'll pop up like 100 different ones that people have already made like this that they're sharing for free that you can print them out on your printer. You use 4 to 6 colors, depending on what model it is, and you try to pick your colors as close as possible, and you print them out. They're very simple to do. Thank you very much for the follow. Wolf Leader 3D, thank you very much for the follow. But I need to post pictures on my socials. I have a Facebook group. I'm on all socials, a YouTube channel, which if you're watching on YouTube, you know that, and then on Twitch. And yeah, they came out amazing. I've been printing these all week. I'm probably going to double side tape them and put them on one of my walls and just stick a whole bunch on the wall somewhere. That's all I can really think to do with them. I don't want to put tacks through them. Well, I guess I could tack them, put a little hole in them.
Okay, here we go. Round 2. Start. Got no choice. Got to do yellow and black. I have to order some more Romart. I guess in green with a black backer. Damn. Can't believe I screwed that up.
If
I didn't even think about it.
there's a link that anybody like to drop in. If I know who you are, let you come in on camera. You can talk about what you're working on. And our giveaway for the day we already did earlier. I give away a Ziltech filament 3 times a month, 3 weeks in a row. And we already had that drawing a little bit ago. So, Dan, you were hot and heavy streaming on YouTube constantly, and then you kind of faded out. What happened? Just kind of got burnt out, or?
Yeah, a little bit of burnout, a little bit of taking care of things at home, working on stuff here, and then work itself kind of got overwhelming as well. But I'm getting back into streaming a little bit. I kind of, when Twitch had their little issue, I jumped over to Kick like a bunch of people. So I've been on there streaming, and I just made YouTube partner. So I'm waiting for all that to get finished up. But right now, as it stands, it looks like if I start streaming, I'll be able to start getting people on there. So
Okay.
I'll probably, when I'm doing some more important things that might have actual value, I'll stream those to YouTube. But
What's the name of the new program that Facebook just came out with? What's that one called? I forget.
Threads.
Threads.
It's threads.net. If you get on, it's more of a mobile thing. So Android or Apple, get on there, and it's basically like Instagram and Twitter put together.
Okay.
It's Facebook's version of Twitter.
What I don't like about Twitter is if I got a long post with links, you can only post so many characters, and then you got to delete it. I hate that I can't. And then I can't edit nothing. If I want to go back and modify my post or put another picture, I can't, and it sucks.
Yeah, I just got Threads last night. I was sitting there and I'm like, I guess I'll jump on the bandwagon. In 3 days, they've gathered like 70 million accounts in 3 days.
I heard on the news that if you install Threads and don't like it, it'll delete your Instagram also. They haven't set it up so you can delete it if you don't like it without it taking out your Instagram with it.
Yeah, Wolf Leader, the K1 back there is a nice printer. Anybody who knows me, and this is my opinion, not the opinions of anybody else on screen, so don't take what I say now as what they feel. I'm not happy with Creality and a lot of the choices they've made, especially in the, as of recently. I don't like the fact that printer is locked down like it is, but I do like the printer. I don't care much for the company, but the printer is a good printer. So,
yeah,
I would still recommend a P1P over that for the price. But if you are looking for, the P1P's got a little bit larger build volume, but the K1 does come enclosed. So if you are looking to print materials that require, it being enclosed, that would probably be more of a deciding factor for someone.
But if you have the P1P, you can print a board cube and you can make it look like a board cube. So,
yeah.
And I think they started including the fan and the camera, even though they dropped the price.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. That does come with the fan on the side there, the auxiliary fan. It doesn't actually have a part cooling fan on the hot end. It just has a cooling fan for the extruder, and then it has the big fan on the side, on this side, that blows across the print. But like I said, I mean, if it comes down to it and you need something that's already enclosed, ready to go for that $600 mark, then get one of these. If you're looking for just a good all-around printer around the $600 mark, get the P1P. That's my opinion. I don't have a P1P, but based off of a lot of people who I know and trust and what they've said, the P1P is going to be a better option.
I don't like the janky screen that comes with it, but maybe one of these days they'll improve that.
Yeah. The screen that's on the K1, I did have an issue with it. I did pick that up secondhand. I got it from a guy locally. I made a trade with him, and I picked it up from him. the screen, for some reason, when I first fired it up, it didn't want to work, so I had to unplug everything. And that connector that they use, that ribbon connector, is very difficult to get apart, and I was afraid I might damage the wires, so it took me a while of finessing, but I got it separated. And then when I put it back together, I found that I had to push really, really hard on the ribbon to get it to make full connectivity. But since then, I haven't had any issues with it. So,
Steven, please pop in. I'd like to see your board cube. Come, why don't you hop in and show everybody? You haven't been on here in like a year. I'd appreciate it.
Can I show off?
You can show whatever you want. I mean, within reason, as long as you keep your pants on.
Well, I don't wear pants. This
What's your
is my 5-layer Taurus.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nice.
So you can see that it's 5 layers thick. I haven't finished the edges yet, but the front is finished, and the back I decided to start signing my work. And this one is numbered. I'm going to make 5 of each. This one's number 1 of 5 of every sign in the zodiac. And this right here in the middle, I can't show you because it's really secret, but that's a secret compartment where I can stash.
Did you design that from scratch, or did you buy the file and modify it?
No, I made this. This is one of my files from. I did all of the zodiac in 5 layers. Well, actually, I did all of the zodiac in 4 layers about 5 years ago when I was selling on other websites, and I took one of my old designs. I recently found that old hard drive where I have like probably like 30,000 graphics that I've done that I've put on other sites for sale. And I got this one, and I've added 1 extra layer to it, which is the top layer with the little secret compartment in there.
Nice.
But I'm going to make 5 of each one of every one of the zodiac sign, and I'm signing them, numbering them, and I'm going to auction these off toward the end of the summer. See that top?
Those are all going to be auction? All of them? So we can't just auction, huh?
Auction all of them, yeah. See that top layer? That is a stone look paint that looks really, really cool.
Yeah, that's what I painted my frame with on my mirror. Same type of paint.
Really?
You got to be careful when you spray it. You get on too heavy and it wants to run. But yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, this doesn't. This sort of like sprays on. It sprays on like little pebbles or rocks, whatever you might call it. Can you see it in the camera?
I think it sounds expensive.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's not. It's a can of spray paint.
Okay, who in chat or on screen recognizes something I did different today on my stream I've never done before? There's something I did with my stream that I haven't changed since I've been streaming. Does anybody know what it is?
Well, put your screen up bigger so we can see.
Well, no, you can see what I'm talking about right now.
Oh, yeah, the 3D HP on the right side.
No.
Yeah, the little...
No, everybody's in yellow. My theme is yellow now. I used to be blue. I'm a blue guy.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's yellow. I've been doing blue forever. Yeah,
I was wondering why it was yellow when I first logged in.
Yeah, I've always done blue, and since my new backdrop, my new logo was done in yellow on my YouTube channel and Facebook, I went ahead and I figured I'll make everything here yellow. So.
All right. Another question.
Wait. Sure.
Got another question. How do you explain to the significant other when you want to make another large purchase, like another 3D printer or another laser? How do you explain that to your significant other?
You walk in the closet. You walk in the closet and you say, "Honey, you have how many purses and how many pairs of shoes that cost how much?" And you want another pair. And then for Christmas, you want another purse. Why? That's my answer. Yeah.
Nope.
I actually don't. I mean, we both have our own separate bank accounts for our allowances, so we don't ask you for permission for anything.
Oh, Rob.
Oh, let's see. Put Jack up bigger.
The person that came up with that old adage of it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is permission.
Yeah,
must not have been married, because either way, it's a lose-lose.
That came out nice.
Yeah, Jack, that was awesome, man.
Well, my wife and I have lived separate lives for 45 years, so we take separate vacations. We take, vacations together too, but we don't ask each other permission to do anything. And I guess that's because she's from the Philippines. She was brought up in a different culture, You know, it's just been that way for 45 years. We just don't do that.
I'm the only one in my household that has income, so if I choose to buy something, whether I should or shouldn't buy it, I do what I want to do. If my wife doesn't agree with it, well.
Well, I'd like to see the comments right now. I bet you Betty Boop's
I
got
cook.
something to
I
say about
cook.
that.
I'm a good wife. I'm a good wife. I cook. I clean, and I take care of everything. If I gave her the key to go check the mailbox down the street, she'd get lost trying to find the mailbox.
Man, wait till you see how this is
I asked
coming
that
out.
question again, and the reason why, because D3 Dan, his background, it's like, how do you explain that?
Yeah.
There's a lot there that over the years, thankfully, of streaming and building up some friendships, there's a lot of stuff back there that doesn't really have a price tag on it. It was either like, for instance, the mini here was this was given to me by John Strand because he wanted to see me get it up and running. I got a couple things to do with it. This one here is my switch wire. My buddy Bruce, I kind of helped spark getting him back into 3D printing because he started a little bit, then he got irritated and got back into it. And he really enjoyed building more than he does, building the printers than he does actually using them. So he built that one and gave it to me. This one here, a lot of guys will know this one. And for those who don't, this started out Sacred Etching. The guy's name is Taylor. He had a company called Sacred Etching, did frame etching for printers and stuff. Well, that's a Prusa Bear, but I didn't own a Prusa. So when he said he was going to send me the frame, I talked to Jason at LDO and just asked him if maybe he'd be interested in sponsoring a motor kit. And once he got on board, it turned into a community project. I've got about $100 of my own money into that printer. That printer's about $1,300 worth of parts. So I got really lucky that like Printed Solid, LDO, Omnia Drop Effect. He sent me an Omnia Drop, overnighted it from Germany, and got it here for me. I was like, holy cow. I was like, Max, I didn't need it overnighted. He goes, it didn't cost much more to overnight it. It cost him $25 to overnight that to me from Germany. $25 is all he paid to ship that overnight from Germany. I was like,
I couldn't ship a tape measure overnight for $25.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got somebody popping in that hasn't been here in a very long time, and he's going to show us his P1P that he printed a board cube. Stephen Poole, everyone. Stephen Poole. Please follow me. Stephen.
Can you hear me?
Look at
Yes,
that guy.
sir.
No, can't hear you.
What's up, Mr. Poole?
Long time no see. How you been, buddy?
How you doing, everybody? I don't know. I got a new microphone, so I had first time using it.
Sound good.
Sound all right?
Been a long time. Good to see you.
You wanted to see the cube.
We'd love to see your P1P. You printed a board cube case for it.
Jerry, while he's getting set up, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Y'all have a good one. I
All right,
appreciate you
Jack.
letting me stop in for
Take
the
care. Thank you for stopping in.
Bye, Jack. Bye, Jack.
Yeah, that's the P1P, guys. He printed out a board cube. You can download those files are free online, or do you have to buy the files to print that cube?
It's got some fancy doors for it too, but I took the doors off of it because only thing I'm printing is PLA with it. But they're fancy, but I don't have them screwed on right now.
Are those files free to print, or do you have to pay for those files?
No, 100% free on Prusa printables.
Oh, nice. That's great. Always love the board.
And they have the companion cube too, if you're familiar with Half-Life.
What do you have? Do you have a top on that cube also, a glass top or anything, or is it open?
I've got a glass top for it, something I already had for it, but
Okay.
I have to make it fit yet.
Okay.
But it'll fit up top, but it just won't have it doesn't lay down in it and it's not airtight.
Okay. So what have you been up to? For people that don't know, Kenny Sims, Stephen Poole here in the community, he posts everywhere constantly. He's on Twitch streaming. I'm not sure if he has a YouTube channel, but he posts tons and tons of makes. He's an amazing guy.
I'm on YouTube. I'm on all the socials, but I finally got my disability, so things are a little bit better off for me at the moment.
No world on me.
And I got the 2 AMSs and the P1T. I had to put two printers, 2 old Enders in the closet because they don't have room for them now.
Yeah.
But I've just been printing away, printing all kinds of stuff. Had a local event a few months ago and about a month ago, and sold a bunch of stuff there.
Oh,
But
good.
Just been printing. Got a new computer too. Got a hand-me-down from my daughter. She upgraded and got a new computer, and the hand-me-down that I got from them is like 10 times faster than anything I've ever had before.
I used to buy.
It's completely all water cooled. It's got a GTX 2080 in it.
Wow.
Dig it out.
Nice.
It's got 32 gigs of memory in it, an i9 processor in it, and she upgraded because it wasn't fast enough.
What did she upgrade to? It doesn't get much faster than an i9.
Years ago, I bought a PC for my son years ago, and then my grandkids grew up, so Dad no longer gets anything for my son because it goes straight to his kids.
I used to, all my computer parts when I upgraded, all my hand-me-downs went to my daughters. Now it's the opposite way around. When they upgrade, I get their hand-me-downs when they upgrade.
Okay, Jerry,
Cool.
Are you ready for the big reveal?
Sure. Let me move the camera here. There we go.
You guys ready? Somebody have a drum that they can play? I need a drum roll. Oh, it's not going to focus.
Nice.
Hang on. My head, it's looking at my head.
Came out nice.
Oh, that's great.
Now you need to put a. Now you got to put a key on it.
So that is start to finish. This is plastic. On the design is start to finish on this live stream, and it is engraved and cut out of this plastic.
Nice.
Came out better than I thought it would.
That's why I got
remember to peel the plastic off first.
Somebody had a drum beat.
I really ruined that first one. If you don't peel that plastic off, it just melts into the bottom layer. Oh, this
Very
came
cool.
out great. I like it. I feel accomplished today. I have to design a keychain for for next week's live stream on the Laser Makers Realm. We're all doing keychains, and nobody's going to know what the other person is doing. Well, now I guess Patrick knows because I think he's watching at work. But I'm doing actually 3 or 4 different styles of keychain for the live stream coming up Saturday night. So we changed our live stream to Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for the Laser Makers Realm. And that's I'm done for the day.
I'm not sure who Dole's Pens is, but thank you very much for the $15 on PayPal. I appreciate it very much.
That name sounds very familiar.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
I don't think I could be any happier with the way this came out. Unless I sand it just a little bit. Then it's probably going to ruin it.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get my video out tomorrow talking about Hue Forge and these prints that I did. And then I got to get another video out for the Raleigh. But before that, I'm working on a rotary.
Jerry, it's a Lasermatic. It's not a Raleigh. Rolly Automation is the manufacturer, but it's a Lasermatic. People got to stop saying Rolly.
What does it say on the front of the machine?
I know what it says on the front of the machine, but that's not what it is.
Lasermatic 10.
Yes,
So
sir.
who's Rolly Anderson?
By Raleigh.
Roland Anderson.
Who's who?
Roland, it says in the manual, because I did read the manual. Roland Anderson.
I have no idea. I didn't see that in the manual. Leo Q is the owner of the company.
Yeah, I know that, but right in the front.
Oh, no, it's Rolly Automation is the name of the company. Rolly Automation, not
They're
Anderson.
based out of Wyoming in the U.S.
Yeah, it's Rolly Automation. It says.
Wait, is that focusing?
Yeah, it says
No.
Rolly Automation.
It says to Roland Anderson.
What?
Okay.
Hang on.
Anyway,
I don't work
I
on
was
that.
just wondering who he is.
No clue.
Yep. Room keeps the shining.
Oh, it does say that on the inside cover. So I guess it's dedicated to somebody.
Oh, Mike, thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate that. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah. It does say that on the inside cover. I never noticed that before. I don't read the inside cover.
That's the only manual I've ever had that almost every single page I'm licking my fingers trying to separate pages because it's very thick cardstock.
But if you look here, it says user manual for the Lasermatic 10.
We got your point.
I told Leo that I'm the brand ambassador for Lasermatic, so I told
A
Leo
sexy one at that.
What's that?
A sexy one at that.
That's
a
why
sexy brand ambassador.
He said
not
you're a
gonna
sexy bald guy.
Well, anyway, so I told him he needs to take the name off the front, Rolly, because first off, it's not the name of the company. The name of the company is Rolly Automation. That's number one. And number two, the product itself is not Rolly. It's a Lasermatic 10. So there is some discussion of changing the branding on the machines, but I don't know what he's going to do yet. So there is some reason that he hasn't explained to me why he likes that name Rolly on the front. But I think personally that it's inappropriate.
When I do say
Now
Rolly,
everybody's
I do say the full word. I say Rolly Lasermatic 10. And when I did my first video on it, I almost showed a picture of a roly-poly on the screen, the bug, so I could remember how to pronounce it and not say Rolly. Rolly.
Well, what's funny is that on the introduction, I was the first one to actually review one of these. And I was actually part of the design of it too, as were a lot of people. And on the introduction of the machine, when I did the interview with Leo, and the bottom of the screen going across the bottom of the screen, it says introducing the Rolly, R-O-L-Y, or R-O-L-E-Y, something like that. Whatever it was misspelled on the initial launch of the product. My error. So I guess ever since then, I've had this thing in the back of my mind about calling it the right name.
Rich, with this tower that I did, how far is this stuff supposed to go?
What's that? A long way. A long, long way.
Because before I could finish the tower, I had to go into my second can.
No,
you mean the spray? All that is alcohol. So you can go buy something like this for $1.79. This is cactus juice. It's like $1.79 in the store. It's the same thing, but this doesn't have a mister. It's not propellant. You have to pump it. If you get one of those,
this is just alcohol.
That's all it is. Yeah.
The activator for super glue is alcohol.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Okay.
I know that.
Yeah.
Oh, Trevor. Trevor in chat, everybody.
Howdy, good sir.
But you can get these little Mister bottles for like 50 cents at the drugstore.
Yeah.
Hey,
gang, I hate to do it, but I got to bounce out. I got some stuff to work on. So it was good seeing everybody.
Take care, Dan. Have an awesome day. Keep up the great work.
Dan.
See you on the next live stream.
Oh, yeah. Fingers crossed I'll be able to start making more of these now. So even if I can only pop in for a half an hour, I'm going to try and make a point to come in and say hey to everybody. So
appreciate it. Take care,
right.
sir.
Good to
See you later,
Dan.
Yeah, I use super glue and activator. I use in all my models, all my 3D prints, and all my models for the last 6 or 7 years now. And when I use that, you could use wood glue, but it takes longer to dry when you put together that Eiffel Tower. But I just use a tiny little bit of super glue, and I barely, hit it with the activator if I want it to cure that fast. If it's just going to let it set, and I don't want to. Actually, I don't think I used it on the spray on that because I don't want it to possibly stain the basswood. I don't know if I even used any activator because I thought it might stain it. I think I just super glued it and let it set.
All you need to do is mist it with anything that's wet, and that activates it. But the reason why they use alcohol is because it's not only wet, but it evaporates right away.
The isopropyl. I've never tried that, Sebastian, the isopropyl alcohol.
That's what I use with mine. I have a little tiny mister. I can show you.
That Eiffel Tower came out great.
The current brand of CA glue and activator, the activator smells like WD-40. When I spray it, it has an oil smell to it.
I got this with a lens cleaner. This is a micro mister. So this came with a lens cleaner, and I emptied it out and I filled it up with alcohol. But it fires a micro spray that there's no droplets that come out, and I just give it one pump, and that's it. It activates the CA glue.
Yeah, because this stuff here, it stunk up the house. I had to go out in the shed.
Yeah, plus it's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
If you read the ingredients, the only other than the alcohol, the only other ingredients that are in there are to keep you from using regular alcohol.
Welcome, B. Rick.
They have nothing to do with activating the glue, the other ingredients.
Well,
Stephen, what violators do you have now, Stephen?
All I've got is I got one hanging on the wall here with a cheap laser on it still, laser head. I haven't used it over a year.
Okay.
I haven't used your laser? Lord.
I ain't got no room for it. And it's too hot outside.
Take over the living room. Tell your wife to watch TV in the bedroom.
That's what Jerry did. All right. Well, this worked out fine. I used some 320 grit on the edges, and now they're perfectly smooth.
Excellent.
So this shows you, Kenny, what that library, you too, Jerry, what that library that I made can do. I mean, that is the perfect engraving on this Romark.
Looks excellent.
You gonna put a chain on it?
Yeah, I'm gonna put some keys on it. I'm gonna put my shop keys on it.
Cool.
But this is really for the live stream that we're doing Saturday night.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just gonna talk about how I designed it.
How you doing today? Hope everybody's having a great day. We've been streaming 3 hours, 38 minutes. We got 50 people watching, 12 on YouTube and 38 on Twitch. Anybody have any questions, comment, anybody like to drop in and hang out? Here's the link right here. If I know who you are, I'll welcome you in. You want to talk about what you're working on, what your hobby projects are?
What time is it? Oh, Lord, it's 6:30. Jerry, I got to go. Dinner time.
All right. Thank you, Rich, for coming in. Have an awesome day.
Thank you, everybody.
Go check out Rich on YouTube. The LA Hobby Guy. Subscribe. He has great videos.
Good seeing you, Steven. Thanks, Jerry. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Thank you for watching.
Take care. Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Here's something I printed the other day. Came out pretty good on the bamboo. This way. The wings printed separate and the hammer printed separate.
Okay. What kind of supports do you use? Organic?
Yeah, I used the organic tree supports.
I printed that head from Paramount, Primal. What's his name? Primal. Yeah, I think you're gonna grab one. Yeah, the robot head. but I used organic supports on it, and it wrapped around the model real tight, and I'm still taking them off. Yes. Yep.
I printed this one at 230%. And then it was all black filament, and then I used the silver rubbing buff and buffed it out. But I had put it on the build plate. It had supports under it too, but it wasn't too bad to remove them.
I got some silver micro powder. I'm going to paint it black and use that on it, similar to what you did, but I'm still trying to get those organic supports off of it because it completely engulfed every nook and cranny, and I'm still trying to pull those off of it. So I wound up priming it gray so I can see them better. And whenever I get done stripping it, then I will Optimus Primal. That's it, guy. Yeah, it's a good movie too.
I've been printing a lot more of the Rad Dad Stevens stuff, which I've been printing them all at 150% rather than 100%. And he came out great.
Nice. Yeah, Kenny's been doing a bunch of stuff like that too.
You got that off of Steven, right?
Yeah. Right now I'm working on his newest one, which I'm sure his next model will be Jerry. It'll be the next one that he gets. Which I like.
I asked him if he going to do Forky Picking. He said he doesn't know.
And I got Sonic.
I threw him some love, trust me.
Yeah, Kieran, I think, has done almost every model he's came out with, but Kieran's tied up on Maker Deck. He hasn't been here in a while. I think a few weeks. Yeah, he dropped in a couple weeks ago for a little bit because Kieran's down in Australia.
Yeah, I've printed Taz. I've printed Foghorn Leghorn, Yosemite Sam, but I've printed a lot of them.
If you got the colors, you print in individual parts and then they glue together perfectly. There's no painting involved.
Right.
From Pro to Cement. Nice.
Have you done Wile E. Do I see a Wile E. Coyote in the corner?
No, I haven't done him yet. I've got Bugs Bunny and quite a
the
few
stand-up or the one in the hole?
Coyote yet.
The stand-up bugs or the whole one?
The whole one.
Yeah, I got that.
I haven't done the stand-up one yet.
You're right. I'm supposed you got number 5.
Yeah, I've been printing all kinds of stuff. I haven't posted anything lately, but there's my Godzilla. Oh, let's change that camera. Some pigs from Flexi Factory. I did them in multicolor. And then I used up a roll of the pastel from Polymaker.
Your Godzilla, I want to print one of those. That looks like the one that DeWitt Tim did.
Yeah. And then I got Godzilla too. King Kong.
Okay.
But he came out. King Kong came out better than the Godzilla, which uses up a little less filament too. This one's printing a missile at the moment.
And the Godzilla. Where is it?
Roger Brown saying, "Where'd you get them from? Which model?"
Oh, there it is. Okay.
A lot of them come off of
Toy Maker 3D. Toy Maker 3D, the website, and they're about $20 for the Godzilla and the King Kong.
Mm-hmm. And then printables have a lot of the models like the Wile E. Coyote and stuff like that. Those are all printables, right?
Yep.
What's the designer's name?
Steven.
Red Dead Stevens or Red Dad Stevens.
Red Dad. Okay.
Yeah. I've also built a bunch of filament racks because I've been able to get a little bit more filament. I'm usually on my last roll of filament, which I got all of that. I built those 2 racks, and I got some stacked on top of it. And then I built these racks too, which go from the ceiling all the way to the floor. And you were asking about the laser. That's where it's been sitting for about a year.
Okay.
Which I need to get a better head for.
Looks like that's a 2 trees. It looks like.
It's home built. I built that myself.
Okay.
The whole
thing.
The
only laser I didn't sell when I sold 5 of my lasers. I had my home built in the garage. It had a 5-watt Comgrow head on it.
Yeah, this is like a 0.25 or 0.5. It's one of them really crappy ones.
I have one of those in the drawer somewhere. Yeah, I don't like those little tiny laser heads.
I got 4 of those tiny little ones, and they're useless.
Take care, Mike. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Jerry, on the K40, aren't those beds a little small?
Yeah, 12 by 8. When I bought the K40, first thing I did is I took out the cooling duct that sucks air out the back, and I cut it down and shortened it. But yeah, 12 by 8 is all that it will do. It's very fast. It'll cut clear acrylic, but it's very limited in size for what you want to work on. A lot of people buy them, they gut it, take everything out, and they make it like a 12 by 24 by removing all the electronics in the bay next to it. They open up the bay, completely gut the machine. But if you're going to go through all that trouble, just buy something bigger, buy a 50 or 60 watt. It all depends what you want to use it for.
Right.
They work great, but it all depends what you want to use them for.
Mm-hmm.
If I had the money, I'll buy something that's at least a 2 foot by 3 foot, something a lot larger. It'd have to go in the garage.
Yeah, we need to set up at Broad Acres, man. Start making some money.
I used to sell out there when I was a teenager, but I haven't been out there in a long time.
Let's go beer.
Your back bothering you, Kenny?
Huh?
Your back bothering you?
I'm on a stool in here, and it's uncomfortable.
Okay.
I know I'm getting up and down a lot. I know.
Yeah, I figured your back's bothering you.
My back's just getting better. I threw it out about 2 weeks ago and just been crippled.
Look like you got a haircut, Stephen. That hat on, I can see your ears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trimmed it.
All right. I think I'm going to raid into another channel. We've been going for almost 4 hours now. Let's see who we got on there. Who are we seeing on Twitch? I see Maker Deck.
Yeah, let's see some new faces, man.
Yeah, every week is always different. We always have different people pop in. A lot of times, same people, different people. Chat is always different. Then it depends who raids in. So there's, you never know who you might see on my live streams on Saturdays.
Yeah, I noticed that. Like that guy that I forgot his name. He went to the trade show.
Hello. Michael from Teaching Tech. He comes on about every 6 months. I don't invite him very often. I know he's really busy down in Australia. He's got a huge channel. Most people know who Michael is from Teaching Tech. So he pops in about every 6 months.
Wow. Yeah, I've watched his channel.
Yeah, he's been on there quite a bit in the past. Occasionally, I don't send him an invite every week because I know he's busy and I don't want to bug him. So every couple of months, I'll throw him an invite, and whenever he has time, he pops in. Chris Riley comes on occasionally.
Has Nerd been on here?
Who?
3D Printing Nerd.
Long time. Was it a hangout? I interviewed him a long time ago, but I don't think Joel has came in on a hangout. Maybe once a long time ago during the pandemic. I think he popped in on a couple of my hangouts briefly. And I interviewed him one time. So I used to interview makers every couple of weeks. I'd find a maker in the community. I'd do a one-on-one with nobody else on camera and would chit-chat with chat asking questions and stuff. But I haven't done that in a long time. So, but I think I'm going to raid into Maker Deck.
Yeah, he's probably one of the big ones. Probably makes a lot of money at this.
Yeah, YouTube takes a very big chunk, but yeah, you can make a living if you have enough people subscribe to you.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm at the microphone. Can you guys hear anything in the background, or my machine's running, or anything?
You sound muffled.
I'm okay.
I can't hear him. Well, everybody watching on Twitch, thank you for all the follows. I appreciate it very much. Thank you for the bits. And thank you for the donations to my PayPal, because it helps me keep doing what I'm doing, because I can't afford my own hobbies. That's kind of where I'm at in the world right now. But I really appreciate it. So everybody on Twitch, you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific, right back here where we will do this. We'll keep doing it. And we've got 40 people currently watching, so now we got the raid going. Everybody have an awesome day. Everybody watching on YouTube, have an awesome day. Thank you very much for joining in and commenting in chat, and I'll see everybody next week.